directly behind the blocks in the appropriate time for their events. Spectators will be allowed inside the Freedom Center bleacher area on a trial basis. Masks are required for all spectators per George Mason University policy. If you object to wearing a mask, as many people do, then please just watch the meet on the live stream, which can be found at www.seton.org. The meet host, George Mason University, has no interest in being the mask police. Please do not put them in that position. Please follow all these guidelines so that we can continue to have great swimming competition. Once again, welcome everybody. Thank you for abiding by these rules, and have a nice day. Results from the diving competition. Results from the diving competition. We'll start with the girls. Exhibition in 5th place with 126.1 points. A senior from Seton, Claire Waldron. In 4th place with 30.22 points, another senior from Seton, Teresa Byers. In 3rd place with 98.9 points, another senior from Seton, Emma Katabwe. In 2nd place with 102.4 points, a freshman from Seton, Waldron. And the winner in the girls, in 1st place with 144.82 points, the 8th grader from Trinity Christian School, Carrie Huff. Now for the boys in the diving. In 9th place, with 90.25 points, the junior from Seton, J.J. Brox. In 8th place, with 99.6 points, the sophomore from Seton Family Homeschool, Dominic Miller. In 7th place, with 115.95 points, the 6th grader from Seton Family Homeschool, Tom Waldron. In 6th place, with 143.1 points, the sophomore from Seton, Mick Faramonte. In 5th place, with 148.53 points, the 8th grader from Seton, Josh Faramonte. In 4th place, the freshman from Seton with 161.32 points, Connor Kerr. And in 3rd place, with 106.87 points, the freshman from Seton, Jacob Oswald. In 2nd place, with 116.85 points, the sophomore from Seton, Jed Albin. And the winner, with 238.12 points, from the junior from Trinity Christian School, Harper Thornett. Those are your diving scores.
I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. Waiting on this for a while now. Paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. I feel tonight's the night. Let's live it up. I got my money. Let's spin it up. Go out and smash it. Like oh my God. Jump out that sofa. Let's get on.
I know that we'll have a ball if we get down and go out and just lose it all. I feel stressed out, I wanna let it go. Let's go way out, spaced out, and losing all control.
Fill up my cup. Mazel tov. Look at her dancing. Just take it off. Let's paint the town. We'll shut it down. Let's burn the roof.
And then we'll
All right. Warm-up session number 3 is over. Please clear the pool. Please clear the pool. Warm-up session number 3 is over. Please clear the pool. All swimmers, please clear the pool.
Cause I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. I feel tonight's the night. Hey, let's live it up.
Let's live it up.
I got my money.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Seton December Invitational hosted by Seton Swimming. Seton would like to welcome their guests today, Trinity Christian School, Fredericksburg Christian, Oakcrest, Woodbury Forest, The Heights, Emmanuel Christian, and Fresta Valley. Today's meet will be sanctioned by the Virginia Independent School Athletic Association using and governed by the 2021-2022 National Federation of High School Swimming, Diving, and Water Polo rules for championship meets with your head referee, Mr. Charles Selfman. At this time, I'd like to introduce from Fredericksburg Christian, Miss Peyton Meadows, to lead us in a prayer.
Let's bow our heads and let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you for letting us all gather here safely today for this meet. I hope that everyone is ready and prepared for the task you have set before us, and that we would glorify you in everything that we do. Amen.
And now, to lead us in the national anthem, Miss Lucy Garvey, Maria Pennefather, and Sophia Zadnik from Seton.
Welcome! Welcome! This is Coach Jim Kerr. We are going to do this live stream a little bit different this week. Thank you to our producer and the brains behind this, Paul Fifield, and his partner in crime, Bill Dealey. Paul's unavailable this afternoon, but he came in and set up the live stream so that it should run largely by itself. We hope. What that means, though, is that we'll only have one microphone this week. So I will do my best. We have, at Seton Swimming, this is our second meet of the season. And this week, we have some of our founding Virginia Christian Athletic Conference members, Trinity Christian and Fredericksburg Christian. Also with us, we have Oakcrest inside the Beltway, Woodbury Forest, the Heights School from Maryland, Emmanuel Christian, and then we had a last-minute entry that I wasn't even expecting, Fresta Valley. So we found some warm-up lanes for them. So we had a big meet. It looks like a lot of people are missing today. this weekend is the big USA swimming weekend. There's a big meet in Maryland. There's a big meet in West Virginia. NCAP Invitational in I think it's at PG Plaza or University of Maryland. University of Maryland. So several of the top swimmers today are at one of those meets. And then I guess a sign of some semblance of normalcy, kids actually get sick the old-fashioned way. And we have, at Seton, we have 30 kids, 30 kids missing
Event number
today,
1, boys,
mostly because of
200
sickness.
medley relay.
But a few of our top swimmers, Clara Condon, Ariana Aldegar, are gone. Angie Testani was at the University of Maryland, and she's come back for the first couple events. She wants to swim the 50s, so we're happy to have her, but we want to see her do well at her NCAP meet. That's I think her priority for the week. So we're off. Now, a new thing on the live stream and the scoreboard this week is we have splits. One way to enjoy this live stream best, if you went to www.setonswimming.org, go to meet information, you can print out a meet program, and then you'll have every heat and lane assignment, and you can track down kids from there. Mike's on. Communicate with him. All right.
Hey, Jim.
Hold it. Just use the. Here, we're trying to get. Paul Fifield did a nice job and sent us a link so we could see the live stream, or at least a return feed on the live stream, on our iPhone on deck, so we can see more closely what you can see. So now one thing you'll notice on the program is SFH, that's Seton Family Homeschool. They're not a VISAA team, so they won't be competing in any VISAA competitions, and they're not a Virginia Christian Athletic Conference team, so they won't be participating in any of those championship meets. But what they are is kids who are from Seton families that will be going to Seton next year, or their family's already a big part of Seton and they're homeschooled. So they compete as a separate team, not part of Seton at all. So it's exciting to see some of these Seton families have other siblings who have a chance.
Who's that in lane 6?
Lane 6 is Joseph Minarik.
He's swimming beautifully.
Man, dramatic improvement for Joseph Minarik. His family, for years and years, all the way back to Tony Minarik, and Andrew DJ Rick was one of our superstars. Andrew, you can tell Monica that I said that on the air. And there's Joseph, did very well. Aiden McCardle just finished. He was a new swimmer last year, and his confidence has skyrocketed in the water.
Groundwork with Angie. Thunder swim.
All right. So,
Coach, your son is swimming. That's always reminding me when kids are swimming.
yes. Said my son's swimming, but I don't think he is. He's in the next heat.
13, I'm sorry. 13.
Yep.
Okay.
Lane 5, the Heights. That's Matt Lepre. In their C relay. They must be pretty fast if this backstroke is on their C relay. Look for lane 1 is the farthest away from the camera. In a swimming pool, lane 1 is always to the right when you're standing behind the blocks. Sometimes in summer swimming, you'll see it backwards but that's because some of those pools switched ends they start on, so they can start in the deeper end of the pool, and it made the lanes backwards. But in every other case except that, you'll see lane 1 to the right when you're behind. So this is Kevin Oriana swimming in lane 4. He's new. Well, his first year was last year. He's never swum breaststroke, and in fact, we haven't quite gotten to breaststroke. We just started teaching it. Because Seton Swimming, we have a certain cadence to our season. And what happens at this point in the season is that we build every stroke and every wall from scratch. And we've made it through underwaters, which we treat as a separate stroke. Then we made it through freestyle, both efficient freestyle and effective freestyle. If you want to know what I mean, look on setonswimming.org, and there's a blog about it that describes the difference. Then we made it through backstroke, so you're going to see a lot of kids swimming backstroke today. More than half the team is swimming backstroke. And then we started butterfly. We always do butterfly before breaststroke because the short axis strokes, the short axis nature of breaststroke, where you rotate around an axis through your body, not the length of your body, is really accentuated in butterfly, and then we can feed on that when we teach how to do a proper breaststroke. So we're going to do something unique in this meet. It's a time trial event for 50 butterfly, and at least half the team is swimming 50 butterfly today. And these are a lot of new swimmers. We have 127 kids on the team, believe it or not. And so a bunch of them are new to swimming, period. Not even summer swimming. So teaching them butterfly is quite a leap for some of them. But we did it with all but our Group 5 swimmers. So we're going to give everybody a crack at 50 butterfly as a developmental experience.
Heat 3.
And this is the fast heat. We seed our meets at Seton slow to fast based on the times they're entered at. So every once in a while you might see a kid in the wrong heat. Yes, now coach says Connor Kerr swimming in lane 4, so I got to pay attention. Because as the coach, I always miss when my own kid's swimming. Michael Brox here is in lane 9. I wanted to try him in backstroke because I saw his 50 back time, and he apparently hasn't swum it in years. And he's just had such a breakout. Last week, he was absolutely insane, his times. Imagine if he turned over. That's Woodbury Forest in the middle, WFS. Their coach is Nick Schweitzer. I've been around since 2001. This is my 21st season. And I remember hosting the state championship meets with Nick Schweitzer as a swimmer in the meet. He was something else. I swam at UVA, which if you know anything about college swimming, it'll tell you that he must have been something else. His brother, Zach Schweitzer, was also an amazing swimmer, and he swam at Virginia Tech. So house divided, as he told me before the meet. So it's always great to have Woodbury back. We miss Greg Goulden, their longtime coach. In fact, 3 of the times that I hosted the state championship meet, I was actually a co-host, and Greg Goulden did most of the heavy lifting. He was a force of nature. I know he's doing well. I think he's down in Tennessee. He's got a bright future in school administration. I know that. He's quite a leader and quite an organizer for events. So those last 3 times I was really second fiddle to him. And it was a heck of a good time. That's Joey Deely. Is that Joey Deely? I can just tell by the way he swims in lane 4. That's what I mean by effective freestyle. Efficient freestyle you get on your side, and you get in what we call skate position with your head down, streamlined as much as you can be on your side, and glide every stroke. So then you actually start your other stroke before you start pulling down so that you can stay in that streamlined position as much as possible. That's the most efficient way to
Event
swim.
number 2.
But the fastest way to swim short distance is actually to windmill and be completely opposite. The problem with that is it's so inefficient that you can't do it very long. So you'll see short distance races. The top swimmers might do that for 50 free, or the end of a longer distance race, say the last 10 yards of a longer distance race. But those really almost two different strokes. What happens above the water is completely different, and the timing between your arms is completely different. But what happens underwater is remarkably similar. High elbow, early vertical forearm, and you pull all the way through. So all right, looks like in the middle there, in lanes 3, 4, and 5, you got Fredericksburg Christian, Emmanuel Christian, Fredericksburg Christian, and Oakcrest. All right together. I like how the Oakcrest swimmer, that's Emmeline Sinati, if that's how you pronounce it. If it's not, I apologize. But she did something that a lot of young swimmers don't do. Her goggles came off, and she kept going. You never stop to touch your goggles, especially in breaststroke, because as soon as you break the form, you get disqualified. So good. We're going to see a lot of butterfly from the Seton kids today. And for those of you from other teams, I'm obviously going to be talking a lot about Seton kids because we have 97 of them in the meet. But I'll do my best to stick in a few notes about other kids, but it's just coming too fast and furious for me to talk about everybody. Now watch the Trinity Christian B relay, lane 7. Let's watch TCS's time. Now we're missing many of our top swimmers, so we're not really necessarily, and we're not lined up at all for the competitive nature of it. This is the developmental time of the year, so I try to there's 3 meets, and you can swim 2 individual events. So I do everything possible to get every kid to swim 6 different events. That's impossible because you just can't pull it off because you have to have 4 entries in each event, and beginning swimmers swim 50 every week, 50 free. So, but for the most part, we're lined up with personal development in mind rather than competition. Starting in January, that's when we start lining up with competition in mind. In fact, the first weekend in January is a regular season conference meet that's going to determine the regular season championship. Every year, it's a super exciting meet, super exciting. And that one, everybody, Coach Knopf from Trinity Christian, Coach Meadows, and I will all line up to win. And that one is, we have a lot of fun. Now, we have a long history since 2016, I think, maybe 15, is with Trinity Christian's girls. We've gone back and forth with Trinity Christian's girls. We've been lucky enough to win the regular season conference championship every year, but there was one, maybe 2, selective memory, Mrs. Clanderman, sorry.
2.
I'm sure she'll email me and remind me if it was 1 or 2 times. In the conference championship meet, we got beat. One time we won the conference championship meet by 1/2 of 1 point. So basically flipping a 12th place finish. That's how close it was half a point with 600 points scored. So we've loved swimming Trinity Christian. We've had great competition with them. And both of our schools and the kids at both of our schools are better off because of that competition. So when we get to states, we actually cheer for each other at the end of the lanes. When Trinity won the state championship, we were right at the end of the lanes with them. I was very excited. Coach Morgan Bailey back in the day, did a great job. Boy, that's a nice split. Mary Claire Osilka broke 40 in 50 backstroke. That was excellent. And we're just starting to get to breaststroke. We're wrapping up butterfly. So most of these kids, we haven't even done breaststroke yet. I think we started on the breaststroke kick. That's how far we've gotten. So this week, everyone's swimming backstroke. I think that's old message.
Okay.
Text him back and make sure. Or Paul Fifield, if you could text. Oh, you're not around. Well, we'll see. Now, butterfly, we should be seeing some dramatic improvements in butterfly. And we do. What we're looking for in butterfly is we say ski jumper, and then you do a snow angel. So you look like a ski jumper on the Olympics when they go off those huge ramps and fly down the mountain with their back straight, their whole body perfectly straight, their chest and their head in front of their shoulders and their hands back. And then all you do is straight arm snow angel is the way I describe it, and lay your hands out front, light in front. And we've been working a lot on that. And then your face and your chest hit the water before your hands, and you get in a position that we call the Nevin position, named after former Seton All-American Nevin Cook, where your chest and your head are below your shoulders and your hips are up a little, and you form a little dolphin shape. That was a great finish. Who was that in lane 5? Lizzie Rowan. One of the things we did was finishing. You finish on your side with your head down, and you touch underwater as quickly as you can. A lot of beginning swimmers want to finish on their stomach, pick their head up, look at the wall for some reason, and then grab the top of the lip. And that kind of, as soon as we remember that this is a race and that we're trying to touch the wall as fast as possible, we think about how that works. And that works. Your voice is loud and clear. That works much faster, much better if you're on your side with your head down and reach.
Okay, ladies, let's do this.
Those of you that are fans of Olympic swimming can think of a case with Michael Phelps where a guy picked up his head and lost the gold medal. Now this is Lucy Garvey. Watch lane 5. She is our A relay backstroker, and last week she was short on her underwater, and it didn't work out very well for her. That was a little longer. We're going to keep working on that, because last year when she went 29 and 50 back, it was because she was underwater really long. We worked on that some this week, and we're going to keep working on it, because that wall, there you see 2 yellow rings. Here, first of all, this is Angie Testani. She's coming between sessions at the NCAP Invitational at the University of Maryland, where she's in the finals tonight in, not surprisingly, breaststroke, as you can see. Anyway, those yellow rings, if you see them on the rope, they're at the 15-meter marks. And that is how far you can go underwater before you have to surface. Because years ago, a guy named David Burkhoff and then a local swimmer, Jeff Rouse, also figured out that that you can swim faster underwater than on top of the water. And if you watch big-time swimming right now, you watch Caleb Dressel, And he's a case in point. As fast as he is on top of the water, he's faster underwater. This is Isabel Labano. We've been working on her big kick. And I could see her trying, and I see it every once in a while. We're going to get it. That was a good finish, though. I like it. Head down, reached, and a big kick. I like it. And this is Mary Pennefather. Mary Pennefather is one of our star basketball players also. And she's been anchoring our relays. So let's look at that breakout at practice, Coach. See, she pulled down her arm so quick that she stopped. As she was surfacing, her shoulder just plowed through the water. Yeah, and it slowed her down. But that's a good time for us. This relay, the same 4 girls when we have Clara Condon on the anchor, the same 4 girls went 153 last year. So that's what we're hoping to get 150.25, which is the team record. Okay, good. 26.7, so that's less than a second off of her best. So she's coming back down. It's the beginning of the season. And here's Maria Pennefather. I love it. Maria Pennefather is one of the brave souls in lane 10. In lane 10, oh, excellent time for Maria. She's one of the brave swimmers that joined the team for the first time as a senior. We have 4 or 5 this year, believe it or not. I think it's 4 or 5.
Swimmers exit the pool, please. Swimmers
Justin
exit the pool,
Orr.
please.
Who are the seniors for the first time? Kimberly, who are the seniors for the first time? Justin or Maria Pennefather?
Stroke and turn, please rotate.
Justin
Stroke and
Orr.
turn, please rotate.
Yeah, Jacinta is back. She started as a junior. Elizabeth Moranian, yes. And there's a couple others I'm embarrassed that I don't remember, but I will remember and talk about it in my blog, because that was a great swim for Maria. I love to see better times. Okay, Lucy was 30.6, but she popped up at the first yellow ring instead of the second
Event
yellow
number
ring.
3,
So Coach Mulhern,
boys, 200-yard
Coach
freestyle.
Palazzo are going to
Heat
keep
1.
pushing Lucy back to her former greatness underwater. But that was a better over last week. We're still early in the season, and Lucy's a senior, so we know what she could do. What was Angie's split? 32.3. Okay, good. But this is impressive. Isabel did 30.8. Isabel Lavano, 30.8. That is superior 50 fly split. So we didn't miss a beat on that relay with Clara out. Clara had some super times up in West Virginia at a big meet.
Look at Greg Bauer, lane 6, second year swimming, and look at this catch-up freestyle.
That is so nice. That was Coach Kimberly Dalrymple. And this is, in fact, I'll highlight this, what Coach Dalrymple was saying, because this is what we teach at Seton Swimming. This is an example of efficient freestyle. See how he gets on his side? He can even get on his left side a little more. See, his right side's really good. See how his head's a little bit high, but this is so much improvement. Look at his right side. He reaches out and he glides, and then he starts to pull with his left hand, and he doesn't pull down with his right hand until his left hand's almost all the way caught up. So if you ever hear him say catch up. Now we're going to work on his breathing. The next thing we got to add to this that is common to a lot of kids on the team is when you breathe, one goggle should be in the water.
Sure, his head's a little
Yeah,
high.
yeah.
But for such a long race, for
Yes.
a young guy who doesn't have his muscles yet, he's got a long way to go. He's going to be really good over the next few seasons. If he keeps training like that.
Coach Dalrymple's absolutely right. This is such a big improvement. Let's see what he's got a big PR here, I think. His best time coming into this is 2:47. So basically, if he swims this next 50 in 50 seconds, all he's got to do is swim it in less than 50 seconds. He'll do a personal record.
Well, the bigger story might be next to him in lane 7.
Jed Albin. Oh, yeah, Jed Albin's best time the last time he swam this event. It was 3:35, so he's going to drop half an hour. Look at how long he gets on his right. Oh, wow. This is going to be good. Jed's trying that loping style that Jason Lezak made famous. Jed dropped an entire minute. That's a minute and 1 second. Jed, nice. And Greg dropped 10 seconds, which,
A reminder
as
to
we
all
saw from his
swimmers,
stroke
except
technique,
of course when we're
didn't
doing
surprise us.
backstroke, we are doing flyover starts, so please remain in the pool until the next heat begins. Remain in the pool. Heat 2.
Yeah, some teams that are first time to our meets don't quite follow the whistle starts. We do all our starts with just whistles. All right, now we're in the outside lanes here. And lane 1's J.J. Brox. I want to see what he can do. His PR is 2:22, and I know he can go faster than that. He's a captain this year, a junior. Look at his stroke. Now you can get the idea of what I'm talking about. And when he breathes, one goggle in the water, except for that one. Joey Dealey here in lane 9 has improved so much. This was his event last year, 200 free. He finished in the top 3 at the conference championship. And Joseph Rousey is back as a senior. I guess I should count him in the list of seniors, even though he's not a first-year swimmer. He's had a couple-year hiatus, and it's so great to have Joseph back. This is a tough event. 200 free, you got to be in shape, so it's early in the season. So it's very difficult event this early in the season. Go, Joseph! All right, J.J. Brox, 105. Joey Dealey, 106. That's good first hundreds. Both J.J. and Joey, 2:22 PRs. Now you see the heights guy. Remember I talked about the difference between effective and efficient. That's Peter Verdersi. I'm not sure how to say it, I'm sorry. But you see him switch to effective, where he's windmilling. His left arm's completely straight, and his hands, the timing's completely opposite. And it's the fastest way to go faster. But it's super tiring, super tiring.
Spotlight.
154
Spotlight
is a
lane
great swim.
5. Peter Verdersri.
And that was Justin Kemp from
Hilton.
Trinity Christian, who we've
Personal
seen.
best there.
And Ryan Huff in
154.1.
lane 6 and 7. Both are outstanding Trinity Christian sophomore boys. Looks like Ryan did his best time, and so did Justin. Oh no, Justin was right on his best time. Go, Joseph!
Event number 4, girls 200-yard freestyle. Heat 1.
Come on, Nora! Mary Catherine Hurley is in lane 4, and Nora Blanchette is in lane 7. Nora Blanchette was a beginning swimmer last year. So this event's a stretch for Nora, but I've been watching her in practice, and I have 100% confidence she can do it. Look how far she went underwater. So she listens, look at her catch up, look at her glide. Look at Mary Catherine Hurley. Man, look at Mary Catherine Hurley. Lane 4. See her put her hand in and stretch it out and get on her side. Very nice. I always, that's part of the reason why I want kids to swim 6 and hopefully by the end of the season, all 8 individual events in a high school meet. Because there's kids like Mary Catherine Hurley right here who will surprise you. And they never get a chance to try it, and you don't know. And so when you get to the championship part of the season, all of a sudden you know, hey, Mary Catherine Hurley can swim 200 free, and she could score in the conference championship meet. Can Mary Catherine Hurley get in the top 12 the way she's swimming now and the way she's practicing? Maybe. And then that's points that we're going to end up getting, and that's how you win by half a point. She's only a freshman. She's been on the team since 7th grade. Good. Look at Nora go. This is her first time competing in anywhere near this distance. I think the longest she's ever competed is 100. So, and look at her. When you get tired, sometimes you forget how to swim, and you could see her. Look at her on her right side. Glide. Glide. Kept her head down to the wall. She's getting tired, so she did an open turn. We just learned flip turns. We did do flip turns already. So, but this is going to be a good time for Nora. The time she's entered at, 5:12:29, was probably at the end of time trials last year. We may have also timed it in practice, so you can get an idea how much she's improved. If the first time you swim at 200 at time trials or in practice is 5:12, and it looks to me like she can break. She's going to maybe drop a whole minute off this. This is Patricia Rolls from Oakcrest, who's finishing now. Nice. And Mary Catherine Hurley, touch on her side with her head down, reached underwater, and she just cut. She went from 3:15 to 2:49. So what's that? 25 seconds, 26 seconds? More than 26 seconds. Outstanding. Out there in lane 2 is Amelia Harkness from Oakcrest. Hey, Michael Brooks. That was a great 50 backstroke.
Thank you.
You're on the A relay now.
Okay.
Did you know that? Were you on the A relay before? So you had your second breakout meet.
Yeah.
Say hi to your mom.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Grandma.
That was a great swim. Oh,
Thank
your
you.
grandma's watching?
Yeah.
Grandma, hi Grandma. This is Coach Kerr. Hi. Michael's had 2 really breakout meets. Good job. Nora Blanchette. 3:44 from 5:12. Nora, you just dropped a minute and a
Heat
half.
2.
You have a second?
What do you need?
Okay, so next week, Matt is in Connecticut, and I'm going to have had prostate surgery.
Okay,
right
here, we'll
before.
talk about that later. All right, this is the finals. Final heat. Okay. Now, surrounding Reagan Buff in the middle, Reagan Buff is a TCS sophomore, one of the stars of TCS. Surrounding her, we got Mary Pennefather closest to the camera, then Isabel Lavano, then Reagan, and then Teresa Bingham. And way out in lane 1 is first-year swimmer, 8th grader Madeline Heine, Maddie Heine. I call her the Major. Her father used to be Major, Patrick Heine, but he's now Lieutenant Colonel Select Heine. So Little Seton School has a Lieutenant Colonel on their swimming coaching staff. So we are well served there. Mary Pennefather is our sprinter. So as part of this time of the season, when we're growing people, when we grow these swimmers, we want Mary. Oh, Coach Mulhern told Mary Pennefather. She said they worked together from her best 100 free time and worked backwards. And he told her, he added time and said, go out 105 in your first 100. And Mary Pennefather went 105. Just the fact that Mary Pennefather's this close to Isabel at this distance, Mary's faster in the shorter distance. Look at how long Isabel's getting. Look at how long she's getting. Isabel is not particularly tall, but look how tall she's swimming. You see, Teresa Bingham in lane 4 is a great example of how you swim really long. Isabel's stroke is absolutely beautiful. That is a great swim for Isabel. 2:18, 2:17. She did a PR, and we're at the beginning of the season. We're not really in shape yet. And Mary Pennefather just dropped 10 seconds. And she's not really in shape yet. That's tremendous. She swam it just the way you do. What did you say?
He said, she'll probably end up doing the 220. Yeah, he said that
Coach
like
Mo-
an hour ago.
Yes.
What did you say?
So I told Mary, I said, Mary, go out in 105, come back in 110, which would be 215, but she came back a little longer than that, but 221 is what we predicted she would actually swim, and she did it. She did great. So did Isabel. Isabel's beautiful in the water.
That was Coach Pat Mulhern. At Seton Swimming,
Stroke and turn,
we
please
have
rotate.
16 coaches.
Swimmers, please exit the
2
pool.
diving coaches.
Event
and
number
14
5, boys
swimming
200-yard individual medley.
All
Heat
16 of us are
1.
volunteers and have been for years. Coach Mulhern, for instance, is a great example, along with Coach Dee Dee Ross, whose kids swam on the team years ago. But they haven't had kids at Seton for years. In fact, Coach Mulhern's baby and Coach Dee Dee Ross's baby are married with children. And they're still on deck with us, coaching with us. And so that kind of experience has just been amazing. Coach Kimberly Dalrymple's kids have graduated Seton. She's even going to law school now. And she's back on deck helping us. And then another addition to the team coaching staff last year. This is 200 IM. This is Aaron Bishop. Aaron Bishop took a short break from the team and is back. I was at Philmont, Boy Scout High Adventure Base, backpacking with Aaron this weekend. Look at that. That was a great turn. You know why? Because I told the kids, never grab the lip of the pool when you do a turn. And he didn't grab the lip of the pool. Look at his shoulders and backstroke. The kid listens. I like it. He's trying. So anyway, I was talking about the volunteer coaches. Our diving coach, we had a new addition last year to our coaching staff. Coach Ross Palazzo joined us. He graduated. He called me. He knew one of the Pennefathers from work, and he called me and offered his services, and I asked him if he had any swimming background. Well, it turns out he swam at the University of Florida and graduated in 2019. He swam with Caleb Dressel and Ryan Lochte every day. And he swam with Coach Greg Troy, who was one of the Olympic coaches, world famous coach. So he brings things to the deck that, I keep my ears open when his mouth is open, I'll tell you that. And we're all learning a lot about the latest and greatest swimming techniques. On the diving side, we had a diving team for the second year. My son Seamus Kerr is a diver at Catholic U, and he was doing a couple of years of an internship toward his architecture licensure. And he asked me if he could start a diving team. And once we started it, Ashley Keeproth, who's a local attorney in Nokesville, who lives near a bunch of Seton people, called me and volunteered to coach diving. And it was the same kind of thing as Coach Palazzo. Like, do you have a diving background? Well, it turns out she was a D1 diver, conference finalist all 4 years, and paid her way through law school coaching junior national diving. So all of a sudden we have these people who have no kids at Seton, calling to volunteer. Now, Keep Ross, hopefully we'll have 2 kids come to Seton. Ross isn't even married. So he just loves the sport of swimming, and they've both been huge additions to the team. Many of the other coaches have kids on the team, and they can watch how we build every stroke and every wall from scratch, and in the process they're learning too. And it's kind of fun to watch them get in the water after practice and practice it themselves. So they're all becoming better swimmers. Here, I'm excited for this race. This is, oh, did I just miss? Oh, hold it. This is 200 IM, second heat of 200 IM. Look at lane 8 is William Sockbon. He's a new swimmer this year to the team. He's a freshman. And lane 4, Grandma, Michael Brox is swimming in lane 7. Lane 7. Look at how long he gets underwater. Now he does a great ski jumper where he gets his body stretched out and a big kick pulled down. And then his snow angel's a little heavy, but that's a big improvement in butterfly. And look at Joe Wilson in the middle. That kid can rock. Look at that backstroke. One thing you look for in backstroke is you should be able to put a cup of water on your forehead and not have it fall off. And that head is really still. It's back. His shoulders, particularly his left shoulder, could get a little higher and he'd be even smoother, but that is fast. That was a 34-39 split for 50 backstroke in an IM. Joe's a great butterflyer and a great breaststroker, also a great sprinter. So we just looked at his weakest stroke, which turns out to be not very weak at all. So Joe is a 4-stroke swimmer, which is what we're really going for at Seton Swimming, 4 strokes. And way out in the lane 1's Chris Lynch. Looks like Griffin Uy, I'm not sure, U-Y, is going to give Joe a run for his money here. Joe's got his hands full as Griffin's going to try to walk him down. Oh, Griffin's looking awfully fast in the freestyle. Wow. There's going to be some good times. 2:07. There's 2 personal records here. That is a heck of a 50 freestyle for Griffin. Let's see Joe's split. I got a hunch Joe's is pretty good too. Great finish, Joe. That's not a bad split in free, and he went 2:18, so he did his best time by 3 seconds. Michael Brox is going to drop a half an hour. His best time's 2:44. He's going to drop probably 8 seconds here. Yep, 2:36, 8 seconds. And William Sockbon, first year with us, I guessed he would do a 2:45. That seed time is just a guess. Anytime you see 00 on a seed time, there's a 99% chance, quite literally 99% chance, that it's a coach's time where I just guessed. Dominic Miller in lane 1.
Event number 6.
I didn't see his time.
200-yard individual medley. Heat
You
1.
gotta touch that pad underwater. But it looks like he did something. He's never swum it before, so his coach's time's 3 minutes, and it looks like he did something around that. Dominic's a sophomore on the Seton family homeschool team. He swam with Seton last year and might be back next year. He also dives for the Seton family homeschool team. And I was at Philmont with him. With the Boy Scouts. All right. Here we got Oakcrests, Lily, Gabby Ryan. No, lane 2 is empty, so Lily's not there. Gabby Ryan from Fredericksburg Christian. I like what I'm seeing from Kate Volger here. But Gabby Ryan has a nice backstroke. See, when you're swimming backstroke, one of the things we work on is you want to get, it's kind of a variation of the skate position, except your head's up. You want to be long, you want to roll on your side. The more advanced backstrokers roll a little bit less so they can get tempo. But at this level, we really want them on their side until they learn how to do the stroke well. And then to get more tempo, they shorten their roll. But one thing they don't do, their shoulders get out of the water. We want your shoulders out of the water. And when your thumb exits the water, shoulder, then thumb, and your thumb reaches for the ceiling. And that really gets you stretched out, so when you turn your hand for the pinky entry, you're reaching for the other end of the pool. And that's how you get a really long backstroke. All right, this is going to be a good time for Gabby Ryan. And look in the middle. Let's see, Eliana Ratcliffe from Trinity Christian. She's only in 9th grade, and this is a really good swim for her. This is going to score points in the conference championship meet, this swim, if she does this swim again. So it's good to see Trinity developing, as they always do, some of their younger swimmers. And she's going to have a good finish here. In lane 7, Rebecca Waltz from Fresta Valley. Oh, she's the coach's daughter. Coach Waltz. So that's very nice. We're happy to have Fresta Valley, although we weren't expecting them. We were expecting them last week, and they said they weren't coming, so I just figured they weren't coming. But we'll get some of those administrative details worked out. So we scrambled to find them some warm-up lanes, but Fredericksburg Christian was nice enough to give up a couple of their lanes, so everybody's working together here. Here's Kaylee Kerr in lane 8, Shannon O'Malley in lane 9. In lane 1 and 2 is Sophia Zadnik and Kate Waldron. Putting Kaylee in this event as a senior always makes her father popular with her because she just loves swimming the 200 IM. She loves this 50 butterfly part. But look at how much better her butterfly is, Coach.
Good second kick. It's good. 2 kicks that we've been working on. One up top as the hands enter, another one as the hands are just passing and exiting down below. She's going on to backstroke, where we like to have a little more tempo here so we can stay off the legs and save the legs for breaststroke, because breaststroke is a much more leg-driven stroke than the the long axis strokes.
Lucy's looking good.
Yeah, Lucy's looking really good right now. Nice clean backstroke, entering with the pinky. See her split here.
You said off her legs. Should she be off her legs more on that, or you think that was a good tempo on the kick for backstroke for Lucy?
I think that's pretty good. I think the arms can come over a little faster on that backstroke tempo, but we'll see how this breaststroke is. See how she's getting a nice kick behind her on breaststroke, so she's still got stuff left in her legs. Good pull out right there. Head's coming up a little bit when she's coming out of the water there. You can see her look to the other side of the pool. We'd like to have that head still, but she's having a really good swim right now.
Well, next week is breaststroke week, Coach.
Yes.
We just finished butterfly with Lucy's lanes. So next week's breaststroke. So, and she's already starting from a pretty good place. This is going to be a really good time for Lucy. And Kaylee. And Shannon, look at Kaylee and Shannon in lanes.
Fighting through
Aiden.
Goggles around her neck.
Ah, she lost her goggles. Kaylee lost her goggles. Look at Sophia Zadnik and Claire Waldron. Not Kate, I'm sorry, I said Kate before. Claire Waldron in lane 1 and 2. These are going to be really good times for them, I think. Shannon O'Malley is making the most of it. All 4 of them, Shannon, Kaylee, Claire, and Sophia, are 258, 259. Lucy just went 230, so she PR'd, which for the second meet of the season at this point in her conditioning cycle is amazing. All right, Shannon O'Malley did her best time. Sophia
Stroke
Zadnik
and turn,
did her
please
best
rotate.
time.
Swimmers, please exit the pool.
And Claire Waldron and Kaylee were right on their best
Event
time.
number 7, boys 50-yard freestyle. Heat 1.
Okay, we're going to have a slew of the 127 kids on the Seton swim team. We have 97 of them here today. And a bunch of those are swimming 50 free. 8 heats of boys. Even more girls. We have 70, I think 75 girls on the swim team. We have more than half of the entire freshman class is on the swim team. Yeah, 9 heats of girls. So hold on tight, because our referee, Charles Seltman, who is one of the founders of the team, along with Joanne Pretz. Oh, Joanne Pretz was one of the founders of the team, and she was the president of the team right as I came in to start to take over. And her daughters graduated, and one of her daughters, Katie, is now Katie Condon, as in Clara Condon. So Joanne Pretz is back helping us coach with her granddaughter. So now we're on the 3rd generation of Pretzes and Condons involved in Seton swimming. So, and Joanne, we call her the godmother of Seton swimming. Charles Seltman, the godfather. Joanne helps with the very beginning swimmers and is wonderfully patient. Charles has been our head referee for literally the whole time I've been the coach, for 21 years, and long before that. And Pat Haggerty is our starter. He's got a couple kids on the team. If you drive on 66, right between exit 13 and exit 6, if you look on the right, you'll see this massive cathedral. They call it a chapel, but it looks like Notre Dame Cathedral on the skyline right near the highway. That's at Christendom College, and Pat Haggerty is actually the lead architect on that.
Heat 2 swimmers, please step up
project.
quickly.
It is insanely beautiful. And we were pointing out how the kids get out of
Remain
the
in the
water.
pool.
Remain in the pool. Remain in the pool. Get back in the pool, Evan. Okay. We'll work at that. I think Evan missed
Swimmers, we're
practices.
doing flyover start. Please remain in the pool unless instructed to exit the pool.
Yeah, I was just about
Swimmers,
to say.
remain in the pool unless instructed to exit the pool until the next heat begins.
Yeah, all those digressions, I was about to say, Mr. Seltman's going to be moving really quickly. All right, that's Ryan Bachman. Dropped 4 seconds. Go Irish. Both his parents went to Notre Dame. So I haven't met him yet, but they actually met my son Patrick, who's a naval aviator down in Jacksonville. And Patty emailed me and said, "Hey, do you know the Bachmans went to Notre Dame?" So that was great.
Heat
Go Irish.
3.
We were excited to be able to play Oklahoma State in the Citrus Bowl. Coach Dee Dee Ross Coach Dee Dee Ross is an Oklahoma State fan, so she's going to have a miserable day on New Year's Day.
No, I'm not. Our team is going to win. Go Pokes.
Pokes. Who came up with pokes? You need something politically incorrect, like Fighting Irish. Some commentator actually said that's one of the most offensive nicknames. Silly people in the world. I guess he forgot that the Fighting Irish football team actually was started by a bunch of Irish guys.
Heat 4.
All right, oh boy, I can't even begin to see some of these times. Gabe Oriana did his best time. Gabe Hamilton did his best time. Oh, I didn't see Daniel Hurley. I bet he did his best time. I've been watching him in practice. Oh, where's Justin? Oh, there's Justin Orr. He's one of the seniors, first-year seniors in lane 8. He has improved so much. He just did his best time.
5.
Michael Zahorchek just did his best time. All right, Max Gonzalez, part of that freshman class, and Gus Colehouse, part of that big freshman class. Look at Max and Gus go. And then in lane 7 and 8 are the Hartung brothers, a junior and a freshman. Oh, Peter had to scratch at the last minute, so just Patrick. Look at Max and Gus. This is going to be good. Reach. Good finish. Good finish. Gus did his best time. Max did his best time. Patrick did his best time.
Swimmers, stay in the water, please. Swimmers, stay in the water.
Last week, we had, oh, that was Daniel Sockbon. So, can you make sure? Last week, believe it or not, we had 157 personal records. 157 personal records. Is that Drew Wynn? Coach Ross, look at your boy. Oh, he took a breath right inside the flags. Drew Wynn just dropped 3 seconds, went 26:01. Did you see how smooth that was?
Heat.
What'd you think of that, Coach Dee Dee Ross?
That was very nice.
That head
Quiet
was still.
for the start, please.
Hey, Drew!
Quiet for the start, please.
Sorry, Mr. Kleb, we're getting excited over here. Because Drew Wynn's only a freshman. I didn't see what Michael McGrath did. But this is what we're going for. We've always said a fundamental philosophy of Seton swimming is the fastest way to get a high school kid faster is to teach him to do the stroke right. So that's why you see in the longer distance events, that's the trade-off. Was that J.J. Brox? 26-2.
8.
J.J. did his best time. Yeah, J.J. lane 5 did his best time. Wow, the Heights has 5 kids in this fast heat. Wow, this looks like the big boys. One thing you notice on these, when the big boys swim 50 free, you see that wave that comes behind them? That's one reason why it's so important for sprinters when they push off the wall on their turn to push off down and get
Event
deep.
number 8, girls 50-yard freestyle.
You wouldn't necessarily think that, except
Heat
you have to
1.
get under that wave. And if you're behind half a body length and you don't get deep, That wave hits you in the face and just stops you.
Swimmers, please stay in the water.
They're struggling here. This is some of their team's first meets with us. So the idea of flyover starts and even whistle starts.
Swimmers are reminded to
Our
please
little
stay in the
alien.
water after their heat, unless instructed to exit the water before the next heat starts. Thank you.
It's one of the ways when we have, I didn't get the count on how many swimmers we have at this meet, but it might be, it's over 250. I mean, heck, we're 100 and, well, we're 97, so we're light this week. But, so we're 100 of that. It's probably 250. So the only way to make this meet go and stay on schedule is to do flyover starts. That's Kate Gilson, a first-year 7th grader,
Heat
who just
2.
did her best time. And 3 Kramers were in there. Stop, 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 stop. Yep. He's got to start you. Come on, you're good. You're good.
Swimmers exit the pool, please. Swimmers exit the pool.
She'll be okay. You're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. Go ahead, go back up there and do it. You can do it. You're good, you're good. I dropped my water, kicked my water bottle in. All right, good. Maggie Botch from Fresta Valley's back in the water, doing great. Brianna Schillenberg in lane 9 is a first-year swimmer. She's a freshman. Aoife Haggerty is in lane 5. I like that. Emma Reynolds is a junior. Look at Emma go. Look at, in lane 3, look at Emma reach, 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 catch up. Very nice. Aoife's doing great. Lane 5, it's a Haggerty, as in the starter. And in lane 2 is Veronica Gonzalez. She just started on the team a couple weeks ago. So she missed
Heat
this
3.
year. She missed all of the freestyle instruction. But she's on the Seton Family Homeschool team. She's in 6th grade, so she'll get it 6th
Swimmers
grade.
are instructed to please stay in the water.
All right, I'm excited here. In lane 2 is a first-year swimmer senior, Elizabeth Moranian. Always a big smile on her face. Molly Bowers in lane 3. Now, in the other senior, lane 5, Maria Pennefather. This is her first year swimming. I think it, oh, she did a great flip turn. Did you see Maria Pennefather's flip turn? It was beautiful. And look at how long she is. This is great. She's 29 seconds. Her PR is 39. This is going to be a huge drop, I think. 5, 6, 7.
Heat 4.
Boom, 37.7. More than a 2-second drop for Maria Pennefather. Outstanding. Claire Heine in lane 8 up. Monica Irving dropped 2 seconds. And Lizzie Rowan dropped 6 seconds. Nice. Nice. All right. Oh, what did Elizabeth Moranian do? I didn't see it. I love it when these first-year swimmer seniors do so well. Takes a lot of courage to do something out of your box that you've never done before and come on the Seton swim team. Especially, you know, we have a bunch of them aren't here today, but we have some pretty good swimmers, so that's got to be intimidating when, you know, there's a freshman girl who's just amazing and you're a senior and you've never swum before, but you throw yourself
Heat
out there.
5.
So I have quite a fondness for them. Last year we got like 15 junior girls. Some of them are the seniors this year that started for the very first time. And that's when we had to start a separate Wednesday, Friday practice session. We had so many kids. And, I wasn't anxious to coach 5 days a week because this is not what I do for a living. But I had so much fun with those girls that there was a slew of them. Sophia Kanazi and Rebecca DeWolf and Teresa Byers and it's just a whole group of them that I just had so much fun with. Here's heat 8. Is this heat 5?
Heat
Anna McGrath
6.
dropped 2 seconds. Allison Quispe was right on her time. Lily dropped time. All right, let's see. We got a bunch of Seton kids in lane 1, 2, and 3. Helena O'Keefe, Kate Waldron, Noemi Rodriguez. Look at Helena O'Keefe and Noemi. All of them. Wow, that's the best I've seen Kate Waldron swim. She's really getting along. Up. Flip turns, flip turns. I like what Maggie Kleb's doing here. Maggie Kleb's another senior. She swam as I think a middle schooler and came back. She's the one. Hey, Coach Dalrymple, Maggie Kleb was the one I was trying to
Heat
think of.
7.
Maggie Kleb was one of the ones I was trying to think of. And Maria Pennefather. All right, you hear someone yelling Biddy. That's Elizabeth Francis in lane 3. How did Mary Claire Osilka's in lane 2. She did so well in that relay.
Rebecca DeWolf, senior in
Rebecca DeWolf, lane 8. And Mariana Bingham here in lane 9 is only in 7th grade. She has just skyrocketed and just dropped 3 seconds. Rebecca missed the pad. Elizabeth right on her time. Mary Claire. Mary Claire's 35.00, and that's the 1% chance that that's actually her time. That is not a coach's time. Emma Katabui in lane 1's another senior who started diving, and she was actually the difference in our state championship last year. We won the state championship for Division II by 3 points, and it's because Emma got her reverse dive the day before the meet, which was her 11th dive, and scored enough diving points at states to put us ahead. Without that, we would not have won. Grandma, Amelia Geary. Call her Grandma because my grandmother's name is Amelia.
Quiet for the start, please.
Did her best time. Oh, you know who I miss swimming is Betsy Arnold. I wanted to see her. She swam back a couple of heats ago. She's such a happy little girl.
Actually, I saw her and she swam really well. Her takeoff and her surfacing were really good.
Say that again?
Her dive and her start on the top of the water were smooth. She didn't move her head. She didn't take a breath. She just started swimming. So it was well done. I was watching her.
Wow, that was Angie Testani.
Stroke and turn, please rotate.
That was Angie's best time.
Event
Now she's
number
going
11,
back up
boys, 100-yard
to her
butterfly.
USA meet and beat a
Heat
really good
1.
Trinity swimmer, Tegan Sturmer. Sophomore, Angie's a freshman. Mary O'Malley, PR?
Yep, by half a second.
Oh, excellent. And Lily Byers, I saw her doing some effective freestyle. Lane 7, a little bit off her time. That's good. All right, now we're going into butterfly. And what's going to be unusual this week is part of our idea that December is to teach kids. December's our developmental period in the cadence of our season. And then in January, we really start pounding the yards, over Christmas too. Christmas and starting January. But after 100 fly, where we made entered 4 swimmers each time, we're going to do time trial event, a separate event that's not scored, not part of the meet. Do I have a kid in this event I'm supposed to watch? Okay. Okay. It's amazing when you're the coach that you've so often I miss my own kids. I guess it's a.
And it's going to be a good race because he's sitting right next to William.
That William Sackbon's time is the coach's time. But I've seen William in practice, and I want to see what William can do. Coach Dalrymple's saying this is going to be a good race. Look at Connor's underwater. Connor listened to Coach Palazzo. That is exactly Coach Palazzo. That's exactly. I can watch Connor now because he's doing exactly what he learned. Tell us about Connor's stroke.
That looks good. He's got a really relaxed recovery, which the recovery phase is when the arms are swinging over the top of the water. We want your arms to be relaxed. That's really driven by finishing well at the bottom of your pole and just letting, that good finish sweep your hands around, and that should give you enough momentum to swing those hands up in front. See, now he's getting a little bit tired, and you can tell he's having to force those hands in front of his body. But that first 50, you could see he's staying lower, he's going forward. His whole motion is driving him towards the opposite side of the pool. Boy. So, yeah, on his breaths here, he's coming up more instead of forward.
Yeah, well, that'll come with conditioning. Yep. Look how fast William's going, and he doesn't even have the big kick yet. Wait till he gets a big kick. Because when you have a big kick, when your hands are coming out, it's the combination of finishing your pull, what I call ski jumper, and doing a big kick that allows you just to lay your hands out, what I call snow angel. What Coach Palazzo refers to is just relax, lightly resting your hands in front.
121, 116.
Both big PRs. How did Josh Firamani do? He's finishing now. Good.
Heat 2.
Yeah, that's good. You can see the work on butterfly. Now Joe Wilson has this. He knows what butterfly looks like. This is Caleb Wolf. We saw him last year from Emmanuel Christian. Well, you can tell. I don't need to say anymore. And he's like so many great swimmers. They're good underwater, which makes all the difference. And you can see Joe is right with everybody on top of the water and loses it a little underwater. So that's where we're going to have to work. Let's work on that this coming week. You see how Joe's right with them on the water, but not quite with them under the water. Hey, Angie, best time. Tell us about your meet up, where are you, University of Maryland?
Yeah,
How is it going?
it was good.
Good.
Yeah.
I like that 50 free. Let's keep that coming down.
Okay.
What are you seeded tonight? Third, I heard?
That was going into prelims. Now I'm like seated 9th.
You're what?
Seated 9th.
Oh, 9th. Okay. Well, win it. Win the B final. Do it, okay?
Event number 12.
All right, Joe
Girls
Wilson.
100-yard butterfly. Heat 1.
Good early season time for Joe. Very good early season time for Joe. And Joey Deely, lane 9. Oh, right on his best time, and it's the second meet of the season.
And they all need to watch that video.
Yeah, if you're from Seton, actually, if you're from anyone, there's a nice, in the announcement section on the homepage of SetonSwimming.org, is a video that I pulled off of YouTube that is just excellent. Talks about butterfly. I also have another one for backstroke, and I'm always posting it. I noticed that a lot of the kids on the team aren't reading the blogs and aren't watching those videos. There's a wealth of information on SetonSwimming.org, which is wide open to anybody, not just the Seton team. on efficient versus effective freestyle, how to swim backstroke. We had how to do a good backstroke start with one of our former All-America backstrokers. Next week, I'll be posting pictures, underwater pictures of Nevin Cook, an All-America breaststroker on our team. This is important stuff for them to develop, and I'm explaining things that, I can only say so many words in practice. So these are opportunities for them to get this extra, another view from another point of view. So parents, if your daughter or son has an email address, send it to me. If they don't, please make sure they see this stuff. There's Julia Atkinson, who just did her best time by 10 seconds.
Heat 2.
Maria Miller's a first-year swimmer, 8th grader. And I know, I've been watching her practice. She's going to be good at butterfly. We'll get in better condition. But that is a great, 135 is a great first time swim. Lucy Garvey's in lane 6. Is Anastasia in this heat?
Or she just swam.
Oh, she did. No, that was Julie Atkinson, yep.
I was looking at the time on the board.
Yeah. Elodie Brox, watch Elodie Brox in lane 3. She had a breakout swim last week, and I wanted to see what she could do, because she surprised me last week.
Is that a made-up time?
Yeah, 1:20.00 is definitely a made-up time for Elodie. Coach's time, we euphemistically call that. We call that a coach's time, Coach.
Well, you really set her up at a high goal.
Well, I think a lot of Elodie Brox. So after last week, Lucy Cunningham's here in lane 9. She's doing well. Lucy's going to be a good one. She's only a freshman. And Mary Pennefather in lane 8. How's Claire Waldron looking? Oh, she's right there with Elodie. They're tired. Those arms are heavy. Lucy Garvey did her best time ever, and it's only the second meet of the season. That's a great sign. Howard.
She's coming in at 1:30. That's pretty sweet. I would have put 1:30 for her guest time. Let's call it a PR anyway.
Yeah, well, it's her first time swimming, so we got to get a good starting point. I wish we would have had a better
Event
one.
101.
Claire Waldron drop time.
Stroke and turn, please rotate. Exhibition event 101, boys.
Lucy
50
Cunningham.
yard butterfly.
Wow.
Heat
That
1.
124 is a great time for Lucy Cunningham. I've been watching her practice. That's why I put her in this event, because I know she could do it. I think she was kind of nervous before the race, but yeah, I don't put kids in things they can't do. I know she can. Okay, so now this event does not count in the meet. This is a time trial event or exhibition event. I think officially we call it time trials. And we're just going to run a whole bunch of heats of 50 butterfly and let everyone get a time. And what that's going to allow us to do is not just identify who's got the most potential in butterfly, but we can do this again. We do this at our time trial meet at the beginning of the season. And so it's another opportunity to get a personal record, even though 50 butterfly is not an official event in the high school meet. So think about what Coach Palazzo was talking about stroke technique. Lane 4 is Max Gonzalez. See, he's got the basic stroke absolutely correct. Now you see how he bends his elbows? A lot of times it's easy. The tendency is to try to do two-arm freestyle. Butterfly is not two-arm freestyle, and when you try to do it that way, it's very hard. But Max, we actually swam Max. I have a time for Max in 50 butterfly at 55:13, and he just went 41, so he just dropped 14 seconds. And that's because he's got the basic stroke right. Now he needs to get that
Heat
snow
2.
angel out front. And we think of it in light hands. You want light hands. When your hands are out front, you place them on top of the water. You don't pound them on the water and dig deep. It's not like freestyle where you reach underwater and stretch. Your hands are light and your chest is down. See, look at who's this? Is this Seth Kellogg in lane 5? Yeah, this is more what we're talking about here. See how his hands are high? They're a little bit heavy, but they're still on top of the water, so that's good. See how he plops his hands now that he's getting tired? When he wasn't so tired, it was beautiful. Now he's just tired, so he's getting it. He's got it. I mean, Seth is going to be a good butterflyer, and he just dropped 7 seconds. Joseph Rousey just dropped 6 seconds. Daniel Sakban dropped a second. Aaron Bishop dropped 6 seconds. Greg Bauer dropped 3 seconds. Gus Kohlhaus dropped 8 seconds. Jonas Wilson dropped 1 second. Ryan Bachman, I didn't see his finish. Michael Zahorchek dropped 5 seconds. It's amazing, just a little technique. Okay, that's William Sakban that's Drew Wynn in lane 4. Now he's going really fast. Wait till Drew gets that big kick, coach, and he's going to look like his freestyle. And William Sakban, see William and Drew both. They got their hands out front. That's nice, really nice. But we need to add that big kick, and it'll be so much easier. The stroke gets so much easier if you do that big kick, because that's what propels you forward out of the water, and then your shoulders are out. All you got to do is lay your hands out front. There's nothing to it. That's why the best butterflyers look effortless. They don't even look like they're getting tired. There's such a race, believe it or not, as 200 butterfly, and the best butterflyers have no trouble with that. I exaggerate. I'm sure they have a lot of trouble with it, but that's only because they're going so fast. Joe Wilson's. These are the big boys. Joe Wilson, Nathan Lovano in the middle. Nathan, we've been working on getting him a big kick. So he's got a big kick. So now we need the next step for Nathan is big kick with tempo. He's got a little pause to stick in his big kick. So once he gets used to it, he's going to be really good. JJ did his best time. Michael did his best time.
Exhibition event number
Connor Kerr did his
102,
best time.
50-yard butterfly.
Let's see.
1.
Max Wilson dropped time. All right, now we do girls. Stay in the water. Come on. Don't mess with Mr. Seltman by getting out of the water. I see Coach Sandy Osilka and Vanessa Oswald, first-year coaches with us. They've been a really nice addition to the coaching staff. Okay, these are 3 Oakcrest girls. This is a great opportunity. I love giving these opportunities for kids to get a chance. 100 fly when you're brand new to butterfly is just a little much. At the end of January, more than half of our team will end their season at the Junior Varsity Invitational Championship meet, which we hold at the Fitch Wharf, Warrenton Aquatic and Recreation Facility. In Warrenton, obviously. And we have 50 fly at the end, so we'll see how much they improve. Here's another opportunity. Maria Pennefather and Rebecca DeWolf and Elizabeth Moranian, lane 3, 4, and 6, are all seniors. 2 of them are first-year swimmers, and Rebecca's a second-year swimmer as seniors. And this, I promise you, is the first time they've ever swum butterfly in a race. This is the first time Maria Pennefather's ever swum butterfly in her life, I bet. And look how well she's doing. She's got the timing right. Big kick as your hands come down. Very nice, Rebecca DeWolf. All right, Elizabeth. And that was Gabriella Rousseau in lane 5, who did a great time for a first-time swimmer. Gabby's only in 7th grade.
Heat 3.
Surrounded by seniors. Irish. Fredericksburg Christian has a girl named Irish. I like that. Both my wife and I went to Notre Dame, and 3 of our kids. So Emma Katabui in lane 4 is a senior. It's Gabriella Irish in lane 5 from Fredericksburg Christian. Maggie Klebb is a senior back this year, lane 6. Man, Maggie Klebb looks pretty good. Maggie Klebb looks pretty good. She's in your lanes, right?
Not in mine. Emma. We're going to work on straightening her arms.
Yep, Emma.
Reynolds.
Yep, Emma Reynolds. Maggie Klebb just did a very good time. Maggie Klebb dropped 8 seconds. Kate Waldron was right on her time. Morgan Meadows in lane 8. She didn't touch the pad, so we can't tell, but she's entered at 110, and it's not even 110 now. Emma Reynolds this is her first time ever swimming it.
Heat 4.
Emma Katabui, lane 4. Oh, dropped 5 seconds. All right, Kaylee Kerr in the middle. And Mary Claire Osilka. You ready, Coach? Mary Claire's up. How's she going to do?
Pretty good, I think.
All right. And Orla Haggerty in lane 8. Julie Atkinson's out in lane 4, and Molly Bauer. Julie Atkinson's getting the hang of this. I like Julie Atkinson's lane 4. Oh, Kaylee does it so nice. All right, Kaylee. Kaylee has 8 older brothers that all swam on the team, and a couple older sisters that swam on the team. So her big brothers are watching her. Well, they're probably watching the Army-Navy game and going to watch this later, because 3 of her brothers are Army officers and 3 of them are naval officers, so there's quite a little battle going on in the care house right now.
Heat 5.
Coach Ross is even wearing a Beat Navy's button, even though I'm from a Navy family. Hey, when Kevin switched to the Army, he actually called my dad to ask permission. That's how much we grew up hating Army. Is Claire Waldron? Nice. Look at Claire. Mariana Bingham is only in 7th grade in lane 7. Maria Miller, we talked about her in the 100. Mary Catherine Hurley, I like this in lane 9. Very nice. We're going to keep working on that, and once they get that big kick right as they're exiting the water and propel themselves forward, you can think of pictures of Michael Phelps going forward with his chin on the water and his arms straight, his wrists forward, just hands float over the water. Anastasia Garvey looks like she's done this stroke before. Look at how, see her, look at lane 5. This is, we're getting to the faster butterflyers now, and you can see her chest and face down. See how when she lands, her hands are light on top of the water? You can actually see her hands on top of the water. That's what you want. That's what you want. If you try to bend your arms and push your hands like you're doing 2-arm freestyle, it's super tiring.
Heat
Not to mention not
7.
particularly fast. So Anastasia, lane 5. Oh, did her best time by more than a second. Man, look at Isabel and Angie go. Isabel was good off that wall. We're trying to get Isabel to do a big kick. She's at least got a kick in there now, about every other one. And once she gets it, she's going to be, look at how fast that is. That is nice. That is nice. Isabel dropped a second and a half.
Stroke and turn, please rotate. Event number 13, boys, 100-yard freestyle.
That was fun.
Heat
We're going to
1.
have to do that again. Look at Isabel's smile. Look at Isabel's smile. One thing I learned a long time ago, you know, there's kids, people, not just kids, human beings. We don't want to do the hard thing. But it turns out that the things that bring us the most joy are the things for which we work the hardest. And swimming's a great example. You know, you can be happy watching a movie or even the Army-Navy game, but you're never going to be happier than when you get up at 6:04 and practice for, 6 weeks now? And then you touch in your best time because you learned how to swim a little bit better. That's where real joy comes, from sacrifice. And that's one of the things I hope kids learn about the sport of swimming. I often say swimming ain't about swimming. Isabel! Tell us about it.
It felt good. I couldn't tell if I was doing a big kick or not.
About every other one.
Okay,
But-
I'll take it. That's better than before.
That was good.
Okay, thanks.
Because you got to fit it in the tempo, you know?
Yeah.
And that was good. I could see you trying, and that was a great swim.
Thank you. Thank you. I was really excited.
You won the event.
Thanks. I was really excited. That was fun. I think my turn was way better because we were practicing turns this week, open turns.
Yeah, how
So-
was your underwater?
Way better than normal. I was
Yeah.
excited about it.
That's good. Butterfly is a big
Heat
underwater stroke.
2.
So. Great job, Isabel.
Thank you.
Ah, see, there's a happy little girl. And she's one of our captains, senior captain. All right, who do we got? Mick Fiormani here. And Seth Kellogg. Seth Kellogg has really had quite a season. I can see him look much stronger in the water. Much stronger in the water. And Seth is a freshman. So part of it, I think he's just growing into his body. And Mick is a sophomore. Mick was part of our Final Four soccer team. And a new swimmer, John Henry. Where's John Henry Hawley?
So Drew's going to go out 28 and come back 30. And
What's going to happen?
Drew is going to go out 28, come back 30. And
Joe Wilson.
no, Drew.
Oh, Drew Wynn.
Yes.
Drew Wynn.
Yes, he's going to go out 28 and come back 30 and swim a 58, dropping 3 seconds.
Boy, the first one sounds easier than the second one, Coach.
It does. Well, but
Heat
he did a
3.
26 and a 50. He can certainly do a 30 for the second 50. It's all in his head.
We'll see. When those arms get heavy. The way he swam that 50, though, Coach.
It looked beautiful.
So is Drew in this heat?
Yeah.
Oh, lane one. Lane one.
He's taking it out a little too slow.
Yep, he's a little afraid. Drew's only a freshman. In this race, you got to take it out like Joshua Wolf here. He went out 23.5 to his feet. That's the way you swim a 50. Oh, Drew, we didn't get a split on Drew.
It didn't hit.
Somehow, how do you miss the pad with your feet? Wow. It's an athletic feat in itself. How's Nathan Lovano doing? 49.1. That's way better than average. Nathan Lovano. 2/10.
Event 14.
No, Nathan went
girls
56.
100-yard
3.
freestyle.
He's only
Heat
Nathan's
1.
only 2/10 off his best time ever, and it's only the second. We've only been in the water 6 weeks.
Drew dropped 2 seconds.
Who's that?
Woo! That was Drew, my swimmer Drew.
What did he
dropped,
do?
he
59.
He dropped 2 seconds.
He dropped 2 seconds.
That's
not
Coach
3.
Coach Dee Dee Ross. Oh, he dropped 2 seconds instead of 3, and that drop, the difference is the first 50, not the second 50. Well, he broke a minute. A freshman who can break a minute, first year on the team. Coach Dee Dee Ross is very happy. He's what's say that?
He finished the race with a kick, just like we've been practicing.
I'd like to encourage everybody
Excellent.
to cheer as much as possible. But we need to ask that when you hear the last long whistle before the start, that everybody quiets down until after the race is started. Then cheer all you want. But please try to keep it quiet at the start after the last long whistle. Thank you.
Yeah, the way the whistle starts work, and we teach our kids this in practice, but a lot of kids are unfamiliar with it. You hear the referee blow 5 chirps, tweet, 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 tweet. That might be more than 5, however. And that means wake up, something's about to happen. And then there's a long whistle, and that means get on the block. In backstroke, that means get in the water. In backstroke, there'll be a second long whistle, which means place your feet. So after that long whistle, that's what Mr. Kleb, John Kleb, the voice of Seton Swimming, was talking about. That's when you be quiet, because the next words, the only English words spoken, is going to be by Mr. Hager. He says, "Take your mark," and then they blow a horn. So the entire starting procedure is done without
Heat
anybody
2.
talking except for take your mark. Lucy Cunningham, I like that butterfly.
Thanks.
You dropped a bunch of time.
I think I dropped like 12 seconds, right?
Yeah, were you nervous?
Yeah.
Did I say you could do it?
Yes.
Could you do it?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that's going to apply to the 500 also?
Well, I shot my shoulder in the 50, so I don't know what to do.
You're going to go swim the 500 and kill it, okay? You're going to get long every stroke, skate position, and you're going to do how many flip turns?
19.
How many?
19.
19 flip turns, okay? You can do it. You're just nervous. I know you can do it. You wouldn't be in it if you couldn't do it. I promise you, you wouldn't be in it if you couldn't do it. You're a great swimmer, okay? Go do it. And when you get tired, if you get nervous, just fall back on your training, skate position, switch, switch, glide, glide, catch up, good turn, push off, long underwater, nice smooth, and just be smooth, okay? Do the first one, don't get carried away on the first 50, and then build. Build, get a little bit faster until you get to the point where you're right on the edge of comfort, and that's where you're good, okay? You'll do it great. Come on, don't be nervous. You can do it. I know you can do it. Go get him. Go get him. All right, who did we have here? Oh, is this Maria Pennefather again? Okay, good. And okay, down there in lane 1's Amelia Geary. And Kaylee Kerr, lane 4. We use Kaylee to demonstrate stroke technique. See how she gets on her side. Look at her turn. Nice. She didn't breathe off the wall. Very nice. when she breathes, one goggles underwater. We're always looking for that. You see how that one goggles underwater? Really light. Very nice. Look at Amelia Geary down there, looking very strong in lane 1. You know, we've said this name, Eliana Ratcliffe, before, a freshman right next to Kaylee. And Hannah Blevins right next to Eliana. They look pretty good. And there's Emmeline Sonati again. I've said her name before. She's looking pretty good. She's in 6th grade. Whoa. Look at it, Coach Palazzo. This girl in lane 7 is only in 6th grade.
She had a really nice breath, getting on her side. 111.
111 for a 6th grader? That's way better than average.
437 too. So just keeping the splits somewhat, tight. She's not going out really hard and dying. So she knows how to swim it. She's got a decent stroke. She'll definitely improve over the next few years.
Yeah, she's going to be good. Okay.
Mary, who had a best time in the 50 earlier.
Okay, Angie, we'd send Angie off to the NCAP meet.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gone.
She's good. Good. She should focus on that. That's her meet this weekend. Mary O'Malley is a senior captain, lane 6. Jacqueline Oswald. Vanessa Oswald's one of our coaches. Jacqueline's getting long and catching up in lane 8. And Anastasia Garvey's an 8th grader down in lane 1. This is a pretty good swim here in lane 4. Who's that? Katie Alms. 102 is her PR. So she just did, Katie Alms from Oakcrest just did her best time. And Mary O'Malley.
Stroke and turn, please rotate.
Okay, Jacqueline Oswald.
Event number 15, boys 500-yard freestyle. Heat 1.
All right. Okay, we got one heat of the boys 500. And 2 heats of the girls. Peter Verdersi, or I'm sorry. Verderese is already showing that he knows how to swim a long freestyle. It's really unusual in this race to have a straight arm freestyle at this distance, but the top swimmers, 500 free, believe it or not, is a sprint. It's a controlled sprint at the highest level. And
somebody with a stroke like him, you can see he's just really dragging his feet and using his body. So what he's doing with that straight arm is just really using his whole momentum of his stroke to throw himself onto his side, and then the other straight arm's coming over and he's throwing himself onto his other side. So he's not kicking and really driving his hips through as much as really using his shoulders to drive himself onto that side. So
yeah, that's a 2-beat kick he's got going there.
Different style of freestyle, but you can see, the swimmers next to him are drastically different, but it's working for him. So it's always interesting, kids that can swim with different techniques, and they'll find something they like, and if it works.
Yeah, the Woodbury kids are swimming the way we teach them.
There was a guy in high school, I think he went to swim for Harvard, but he swam in close to my area in high school. He had a very similar stroke, but he would dominate the 500. I think he went like 425 in high school, which is really solid 500 high school swimmer. But similar, really using his tempo, using his arms to get on his side, and he's just really dragging his feet. If you're able to keep those feet up in the water, it's a pretty good way to swim, you know, and his breath, he's also keeping pretty controlled. His head's starting to come up as he gets tired here.
When do you expect him to pull in his kick? Start engaging his kick?
So you'd like to see something around, I always look for the 13 on the board is when I, really wanted to build into the end of the race.
So he's hitting halfway here. So he's on a 5:05 pace probably.
Yeah. So if he were to even split this, he'd be 5:00 right now. So I would guess with the stroke that he has, and he's tiring out a little bit because he just split 32. So he's more on a 5:15 maybe. He's splitting 104s. Maybe 5:10.
Yeah, 200.
5:10.
Yeah,
So
let's see what his split is this time.
yeah.
31.
31.
So he might be
So that's good.
507,
That's
508.
good. But yeah, he's still rocking with that same stroke. Tempo slowed down a little bit, which, as you said, it's hard to maintain. He's essentially doing effective with no kick.
Yeah.
But really getting on his side each stroke.
Well, let's see who we got. Some kids in the water too. In lane 2's Jed Olban, who's having a breakout season. He had a great meet last week. He's been diving for us and learning how to dive. Max Wilson's in lane 3. Max is only a freshman, but he's got nice strokes, as you can see. See, look how low Max's breathing is. Is Max in your lanes?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. We have Coach Ross Palazzo and Coach Didi Ross. So when I say Coach Ross, it confuses everybody. And then Joe Rousey and Greg Bauer. There's Joe Rousey in lane 8 and Greg Bauer in lane 9. Coach Mulhern just asked me the score. I don't know the score, and at this time of the season, I look at it at the end. On January 9th, I will be looking at the score every event. This meet, I'm more trying to get a 3-digit number of personal records. Because if we get a bunch of personal records, the winning will take care of itself later on.
Maybe under 5:10 here.
Yeah. He's going to be, 5 minutes right now. Nice, 5:08. That's a good swim. That's a great swim. I'm going to have to ask Tom Royals, their coach, how to say his name. Because hopefully we have the heights back again. Because they're a Catholic school in Maryland. We're a Catholic school in Manassas. I had 3 kids live in the study center off campus at Notre Dame, a place called Windmore, that I got a hunch a lot of the Heights people are familiar with. And I've done talks at the Tenley Center, which is another place Heights people are familiar with. And I've been to the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania, north of Scranton, with little kids, which I bet you a bunch of these swimmers have also been to. I think the place was called Camp St. Andrews. Had numerous kids do that too. Max Wilson looks beautiful. Look at Max. What do you think of that stroke, Coach?
He's done a nice job today. He's had a nice steady stroke. He's been very consistent with his splits. So I'm hoping this next one will be faster.
That's an important part of the 500. Is you tend to go fast right at the beginning and fast in the last 50 or 100, of course. But in the middle, the best swimmers are clicking off consistent splits. Boy, under 7 minutes for Max. That's his best time. Jed Albin dropped almost 20 seconds, 19 seconds.
Who's in lane 9 for us?
Lane 9 is Greg Bauer. He's an 8th grader.
Look how he's at the end of the race, and he's got this beautiful kick going to keep him straight. And he's just gliding very nicely. It's really impressive.
That's what, if you can get a kid, that's what we call efficient. And he just did 7:30. Very good. Joe Rousey's a senior. He's going to finish well here. Sometimes these seniors, you put them in the 500, they're not very happy with Coach Kerr. But they figure out that we could score a lot of points for the team in the 500. What's up? You have my cell phone? Yeah. Okay. Ann O'Malley was asking about it. Maybe.
Event 16, girls 500-yard freestyle. Heat.
All right.
1. Swimmers, please remain in the water.
Okay, Shannon O'Malley is going to race 2 Oakcrest girls. Shannon did this time 8:45. It's 00, but we actually recorded this time in practice last year, and I've been watching Shannon. As you've all seen Shannon so far this meet, so I think every one of us knows that 8:45 is not going to be Shannon's time. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if Shannon's time's 7:45.
I have some dual meet scores through event 102.
Here you go, Coach Mulhern, scores.
We're in the middle.
So just the ones that are close. For the girls, we have Trinity Christian School 78, Oakcrest 81.
Whoa, that's close.
Some of the close dual meet scores for the boys. Trinity Christian School 74, Woodbury Forest 91. For the boys, Trinity Christian School 71, The Heights 83.
Yeah,
Another one, Woodbury Forest 83, Seton 90. Another one to come, Trinity Christian School 79, Seton 98.
Trinity Christian's missing Josh Kim today. He's
And
probably
another
at a
one
USA
we have
meet.
Seton 82, The Heights 82.
Whoa!
Those are some of your closer dual meet scores through event 102.
I'm sure the Heights is missing their top kids, some of their top kids too. They probably have NCAP has a bunch of sites up in their area in DC and Bethesda, and NCAP's having their big December meet at the University of Maryland. So we swam the Heights once years ago, and they showed up with a team that was so loaded, I don't even know if they had a high school practice at all. They're really a lot of talented athletes at that school. I hope to get the heights on our schedule more often now, especially now that we're in this new Virginia Christian Athletic Conference. We should have been swimming the heights all along. Let's see what Shannon's splitting here. 45-55. You know, I don't know if you can see the scoreboard on the live stream.
Maggie Kleb, please come to the announcing table. Maggie Kleb, announcing table, please. Maggie Kleb, announcing table.
But it's part of the masterful work of Bill Dealey, who heads our dry deck officials. There's a bunch of panels on the board that are out, and you can't, so the whole scoreboard doesn't work. So you got to find sections of the scoreboard that still work. So Bill Dealey went into the Freedom Center's scoreboard computer system and reconfigured it to find panels that work, which is why we got the event and heat number and the event name all in the lower right corner. Highly unusual, but that's because some of the panels in the upper left are broken. And then he figured out how to stick in a split, a subtractive split. So now we can see the subtractive splits every 50. Every time they do a lap, we can see their lap split. We call that subtractive splits because it subtracts this time with the last time the pad was touched.
Probably fair to say I could poll with almost anyone in the world, given the people that
All right. I think some of the lap counters have 31 instead of 13 for Shannon. Haha, they figured it out. Hopefully the officials have a good count.
So that was really impressive. Oh, I'm talking about Bobby Fink. It's not really. So some of my teammates at Florida were fortunate enough to make the Olympic team this summer, and we were talking to Joseph just a second ago about his pole during that 500, which is a very long event for Joseph, but he did a good job, gave a good effort today. But Bobby's a great swimmer, and I was just trying to say, you know, I've never seen a distance swimmer move through the water the way he does and have the feel for the water the way he does. More so, you know, you'll get sprinters that have really good feel, so because they're catching so much water out front, and they're really strong, really big guys, you know, like Caleb. Caleb has incredible feel for the water.
Caleb Dressel.
Yes, Caleb Dressel, Olympic gold medalist, world record holder, quite a good swimmer.
First name basis with Coach Palazzo. Yeah, nice.
But yeah, so those guys that are really good have a great catch, which is just the initial part of their pole, where they're grabbing onto a lot of water and holding on the entire way through that pole. So instead of throwing water toward their feet, they're thinking about entering their hand and anchoring it and pulling their body past their hand, which is a huge difference watching that to a swimmer that's just pulling their hand through the water.
Right, yeah. Yeah, you got to grab that water and just throw it behind you. The kick helps too, though. Right?
Yeah, you need the balance.
Particularly in the sprints. You look at those sprinters, I mean, the water is flying. It's just, the kick is everything in a sprint.
Yeah, the sprinter on the short distance sprints a lot of back end. With Shannon O'Malley, what's her, how's she? 8:45 was the time she did at, is this it? Yep, she dropped a minute and a half.
Heat 2. Swimmers exit the pool, please. Swimmers exit the pool, please.
I knew she could do. As soon as at this time of year when I'm entering people,
Hey,
I'm looking at their
quiet
times.
for the start, please.
I look
Quiet
down
for the
at their
start.
times, and I'm looking.
Sometimes have them exit the pool and sometimes not.
They almost always have them exit the pool. If there's some unusual delay, they'll have them exit the pool, but otherwise, they're not going to exit the pool. We're just testing the start. Just testing the start. So they might, in this case, there were these dry deck officials, we call them, the people who aren't on the deck. They're up in the, with the computer equipment. They wanted to slow down the meet to test, make sure the timing, reset the timing system. So in that case, they had them get out of the water since there's a break. If they're going to keep the meet moving, then they don't get out of the water. Now in January 15th, one of the middle weeks of the season, or toward the end of the season, this 500, kids get intimidated by the 500 and they don't realize what they can do. I love that quote Thomas Edison said, if we did everything we were capable of, we'd literally astound ourselves. Boy, Tegan Sturmer's rocking. 29:58 first split. Let's see what she settles into. But anyway, kids don't even realize they can do the 500. In fact, after they do it, it's very common to say, "Can I do it again?" Because I know I can go faster, because they take it out so slow because they're afraid of it. But then they just think about it. They do it every day in practice. At that time of the season, anyway. They're swimming much farther than that at practice. So it's good. It's a good lesson. Another important lesson I want kids to get from swimming, that they can do more than they think they can do. And Lucy Cunningham here in lane 9 is going to get that lesson because she's a really good swimmer. And you can see in her stroke. See her get long, lane 9. See Lucy reach, glide. Just a confidence thing. Boy, I like what I'm seeing. Who's that? Oh, that's Lily Byers. That's why. That doesn't surprise me. That's Lily. Lily is one of our senior captains. And Isabel Lavano. Look how long Isabel gets. Isabel is, how tall do you think Isabel is?
I would say 5'1".
Yeah, something like that. She doesn't look 5'1" in the water, Coach. Look how long she gets.
She looks very nice.
She swims like she's 5'8". That's how you swim. Very long, very long. Sophia Zadnik's down in lane 1. I often use Sophia to demonstrate stroke drills. And if you watch her swim, you can see why. See how she reaches each stroke and glides. Look at Lucy. Look at Lucy. That's beautiful. Lane 9. Lucy looks like she can swim all day. She's got no problem at all. Remember how nervous she was before the race? Hopefully she's building confidence here in her head, because she sure does look good.
Isabel's in a tight race here for second.
Oh, is it with the Trinity girl? That's Kristen Womack, a sophomore. Isabel and Kristen. It's going to be down to stroke technique at the end when they get tired. See who's good underwater.
Yeah. Well,
Isabel's
keeping her kick, and she's beating her on the wall. So that's
Yeah, Kristen's really good on her right side. Look how far she gets on her right side. Kristen Womack, the Trinity girl. That's good. And when she breathes, it's common. It's common to pull down quickly on off the side that's opposite you breathe. and you don't get that good glide. But Kristen, man, she's a good swimmer. Kristen Womack, sophomore. We got to remember her. She's going to be in the conference championship scoring points. She really reaches nice on that right side. We got a great view of it from the deck here. Isabel's not giving up. Oh, they're even. Isabel's, yeah. Kristen tried to break away, and Isabel stayed in contact. At this point in the race, a lot of times it comes down to turns.
And guts.
Yeah, and what?
Guts.
And guts. Yeah, I remember swimming these races, and you always try to like sprint into a turn and get out of a turn and get long underwater and see if you can catch a quarter body length on it, steal a quarter body length when they're not looking, because they're not looking at you and they're in your turn. Okay, so Tegan's gonna obviously, boy, it looked nice. We got 100 left for Kristen and Isabel. Okay, Kristen's got the edge here. Come on, Isabel. Lucy's doing great. I like it. Kristen's great. That was a great 950. Oh, look at Kristen's looking strong. Good for her. Isabel's looking strong too, though.
Yeah, she is. That's the difference between 5'1" and 5'8".
Isabel's looking good. Kristen Womack, nice. It's her best time. Isabel, right on her best time, only 6 weeks into the season.
That's great.
That is
That's a great sign. That's a great sign.
great sign for Isabel. Lucy's on her last 50. Sophia's got 150 left. Lily Byers finished. Best time by 5 seconds. At this point in the season, that's tremendous. Anytime you do a PR at this distance, with only 6 weeks of training, because they're comparing these times. In Lily's case, she swam this at DAC Champs last year. All right, Lucy Cunningham. There you go. There you go, Lucy! Lucy!
Just so you're not confused, Peter Hawthorne wasn't here, so I had to...
Stroke and turn, please rotate.
Okay. So that's why they won't be there.
Swimmers, please exit the pool. Swimmers, please exit the pool.
Our managers, one of our managers, Weiston Byers, Matt Block.
Event 17, boys 200-yard freestyle
Weiston's great
relay.
when a kid doesn't show up.
Heat 1.
We had lots of kids sick and didn't even hear about some of it till this morning because they were trying to see if they could swim. So I certainly understand that and have zero problem with that. We did have one kid who was a no-show, no-call. That's a little more problematic. But anyway, Weiston is just great at changing relays. It's enormously complex figuring out the relays, especially the medley relay, because not everyone can swim butterfly or breaststroke legally. And you got to figure out, you can only swim 4 events, 2 individual events and 2 relays, or 1 individual event and 3 relays. So you're really, there's a lot of variables, and it's hard to figure out on deck. And Weiston can do it. How come, what happened? Oh, I think that's what Weiston was just trying to tell me, was that we had a kid missing, so he had to pull Aaron Bishop to the next relay. And this relay, we had to scratch this relay. Yeah, when kids don't show up, sometimes we gotta end up scratching relays. If I have enough notice, I can keep that from happening. So for the most part, I was able to keep that from happening. You're having a good meet, Mary Claire.
I am?
You are.
Okay.
We watched you. We even watched the live stream. We talked about you. Yay.
In the car, she said, I hate backstroke. But she did great in the backstroke.
I don't like backstroke. Water gets up my nose.
All you got to do is blow her out your nose. Lucy, what did I tell you?
I know 19 flip turns. I didn't do one.
Okay, you did 18. Still pretty good. You could do that, right?
Yeah.
Did I tell you could do it?
Yeah.
And you did it.
Uh-huh.
So you had a really good meet.
I still got more to go.
That's right. We're always trying to get better. That's the whole goal. It's not about good, it's about better, right?
Uh-huh.
And so you were so nervous, and now are you nervous?
For the 400 relay, yeah.
That's 100 free.
I know.
No problem. You can do it. You're doing great. Keep it up. All right, so I think that's what Weiston was trying to tell me, was that I messed up one of the changes because the kid he had to replace I knew about, or I found out about this morning, and I thought I had it all changed, but I guess I messed it up.
Heat 2.
Hey, we should make sure that lane 1 relay's right. Hey, Sandy, can you go please make sure that Bill's got the heat 1, the lane 1 order right in the computer? We just need to make sure that orders, what's in the computer is what they're swimming. Heat 2, lane 3. No, right here. It's because Kevin Oriana is swimming right now. But I think that just make sure that he's got it right in the computer, because the computer is going to automatically route the times.
This is the correct order?
Well, no, because Kevin Oriana just swam first.
Oh, okay. So this has to be 1.
So he's 1, and who's in the water now? I think that's Justin Orr, right?
No, Justin's going 4th. He's out of order.
Justin's 3rd. So who's in the water now? Can you go over there and make sure? Yeah. Can you go over there and figure out what the order is? That's Kevin. So I don't know who went 1. Just walk over behind the lane and figure it out. So for those of you listening, you cannot change the order of the relay because the timing system doesn't know your name. It just knows that you're the first swimmer. And so it's going to assign that split to you. And if you're the first swimmer, because it's a flat start, that actually counts as a time. So, so you get the wrong person and you get the wrong time, and then, I don't know who's done what. So do not do what the coach says. I generally have a reason for the order of relays, even the H relay. Or last week we had an M relay, believe it or not. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to M. Patrick Hartung, man, that was a nice finish by Patrick Hartung. See him? See Patrick Hartung? Lieutenant Colonel Select Heine. Did you see Patrick Hartung? He has head down and reach on his side? Yeah. That's what we're going for. And this is Raphael LaCoy Coach Pretz works with him, and man, has he gotten.
Heat 2.
Wow, lot better. He's first-year swimmer, like first year ever, not just Seton.
Quiet for the start, please. Quiet for the start. Heat 3.
Okay. Let's see. Hold it, Josh Kim is on this meet program for Trinity. Trinity's got some fast boys. It looks like the Trinity Woodbury boys meet is very, very close. So this could make a difference. Nathan looks great. Nathan 24:66. That's a great time for Nathan. Tyler Phillips. Is this Trinity kid, Tyler Phillips, like in 8th grade? He's in 8th grade. .2502, 8th grader. If this is right, if Tyler Phillips is in 8th grade and he goes 25:02, then that's pretty good.
What's that say? 26?
26 something. Hold it, that's Josh Kim. I didn't know he was here. No one's going to catch him. Although this Heights guy, Connor Combs, look at Josh underwater. We say underwater's the 5th stroke. Nope, 5th. 24:55. Good split for Joe Wilson. Okay. So can you just make sure?
Event
Bill knows
18,
that? Just
girls
make sure,
200-yard freestyle relay. Heat 1.
that leadoff swimmer in that relay was Gabriel Oriana, and he was, I think, right where he was supposed to be. And I was just unnecessarily nervous.
Today is Joseph Rouse's birthday, 18th birthday.
It's Joseph Rousey's 18th birthday. All right, happy birthday, Joseph Rousey. Why don't you organize a little song for him after?
I told the guy, so hopefully.
Yeah, when we do the walk around, we can sing for him. Joseph Rousey, 18 today. And I put him in the 500. That was his birthday present. No, three heats. Sophia Zadnik's looking strong in the middle there. Emma Katabui, senior. All of those, if you're the first leg of the relay, it counts as your 50 free time because you have a flat start. You know, you don't get a rolling start or a relay start. So that counts. So there's some PRs there. Rebecca DeWolf's looking really good. Look at how smooth that is. Check that out, David DeWolf. Maggie Kleb's looking good. Oh, you know what? I do this pretty much randomly. The way I do these relays, I try to mix it up. And the F relay in lane 6 is all seniors. That's a complete accident. In fact, I intentionally mix up the grades because I don't want any kind of cliques going on. I want everybody to be friends with everybody. It's the last S in our gems, sacrifice. We love our teammates. So you got to know your teammates. So I intentionally try to mix up the relays. And there's senior Elizabeth Moranian in lane 6. So pretty cool to have the senior relay. I like it. I might have to do that again since they're seniors. Boy, Anna McGrath looks very good right here. Yes, I just saw Elizabeth Moranian. I was just talking about her, Coach. Yeah. Penny Kramer in lane 8. Good, Penny, good. All right. All right, there's 3 heats of this. Then we're going to have a whole bunch of backstroke.
Heat 2.
What's he doing?
There's a cap on the bottom.
Okay, after 2 more heats of this, we got 5 heats of boys and 7 heats of girls backstroke. And then we speed through the meet from there. But backstroke's the emphasis point for this meet. Could you open that for me, please? I don't have enough hands. Shannon O'Malley. No, that's Anastasia Garvey. That's Anastasia Garvey. Yep. And if she put her head down, she'd be even faster. Yep, she's going to be good. You know, this second swimmer for Emmanuel, Sarah Anderson, I like how she reaches on both sides. That's nice. Lily Waldron's looking good. Lane 8. This is Betsy Arnold. I missed her before. Betsy Arnold in lane 8. She has got such a big smile every time she comes to practice. Monica Irving's trying hard. Boy, look at that. In lane 7, that's Monica Irving. And in lane 8's Elizabeth Hurley. Lane 9, that's Noemi Rodriguez. She is really improved. Just touching. And then Nora Blanchette with her long underwater in lane 9. Claire Heine, look at Claire Heine come up in lane 8. Oh, and this is Emma Reynolds down here. Junior in lane 10. Nora and Claire had a nice. Claire Heine went 40.04. She almost broke 40 seconds.
Heat 3.
That is excellent. All right, we don't have Angie. She went back to her meet, and Clara Condon's at her meet. So we'll see. We've got Lily Byers leading off. It's Carrie Huff for Trinity Christian leading off in lane 4. She dove today and is an excellent diver. All right, let's see what Lucy's got. Let's see how Lucy's underwater is on this turn. You know what we got to do is you got to push down off the wall. She's still pushing straight off. Yeah, so, but still, she got her. She got her and did a 27.79, not a bad time. There's Isabel. Isabel is having a heck of a meet today. She's going to go home with a big smile on her face. Okay, Amy Phillips is a junior for Trinity in lane 4, and we got Mary Pennefather. Watch this relay start. Look at how far Mary goes. That was the best streamline she's done in a while. Oh, and I just learned it's Mary Catherine Hurley's 15th birthday. Joe Rousey's 18th birthday. Mary Catherine, 15. Colleen Kerr has a birthday today, too. I'll just note that it still starts with a 5, but just barely. Mary Pennefather, 26.63. Those are good splits. Yeah, I think with a little more time in the water, we'll get Mary back under 26. That's good, and we won. What did our B relay do?
Stroke and turn, please rotate. Swimmers, please exit the pool. Swimmers,
Yeah,
please exit the pool.
we got first and third against everybody.
Event 19, boys 100-yard backstroke, heat 1.
The way these meets are scored is, this is what they
Step
call
in, swimmers, step in.
a 3+ dual meet. Everybody scored against everyone else in like a round robin. If you want to know more about it, I have a blog on setonswimming.org that explains how high school meets are scored. Believe it or not, that blog, my blog on So How's a High School Meet Scored Anyway, gets 200 hits a week from all over the world. Because I think people Google.
Sites that would like to have that.
Well, yeah, I think people Google how's a high school meet scored, and mine's the first hit. And the way Google works, the more it gets hit, the more it gets hit.
Yeah.
So
increasing your credibility. With
yeah,
your,
that's right. So if you want to know how high school
Can I have your
meets
attention,
scored,
please? Just wanted to announce Mr. Joseph Rousey turned 18 today. Joseph Rousey, 18.
yeah.
And also, Mary Catherine Hurley turned 15 today. Happy birthday.
Here's Evan Rodriguez's first ever 100 backstroke. Nice. Mr. Selman, we spent nonstop hours talking about not turning over. And have you seen anyone turn over yet?
Not so far.
If you do a flip turn in backstroke, you're allowed to roll over on your stomach and take one big freestyle stroke. Only one. But if you don't do a flip turn, you have to touch on your back and push off on your back. And it's super common. See, look at Raphael. See that, Mr. Siltman? Touched on his back, pushed off on his back. Now, the trick is...
was late to the block, though.
Okay. Hey, this is Raphael's first time ever swimming backstroke this distance. And Raphael, I know Coach Pretz is watching right now because Raphael loves to turn over on his stomach right before he touches the finish. So we're all watching with bated breath. Joseph Benarik here is going to touch on his back. He's not going to roll over. Look at that, Mr. Siltman. See that? And he touched underwater, and he touched the pad. So how about that? Come on, Raphael! This is quite an accomplishment for Raphael. Come on, Raphael! Coach Joanne Pretz is watching, and I know is proud of this swim.
Heat
Yes.
2.
Yes. Very nice. Very nice.
Step in, swimmers, step in.
Okay, so there's 2 long whistles for backstroke. The 5 chirps they call them. I call them tweets, but means get ready. The long whistle means step in. The second long whistle means place your feet. Another thing we emphasized, Mr. Seltman, is that you're not allowed to have your toes out of the water over the lip. So
That was a legal stroke.
I probably should not have brought that up because you wouldn't have noticed had I not brought it up. Now look at
The crazy thing is you can have your toes as long as they don't curl.
your toes can be out of the water?
Yeah. As far as I can remember,
Are you sure?
I'm almost
I think your toes have to be underwater.
I mean, simply just
Here,
below down.
did you see Joey Lynch's flip turn there, Mr. Seltman?
No, I did not.
You got to see it. And that's Justin Orr racing 100 backstroke. He's a senior, first-year swimmer. Look at lane 2. Oh, that's Daniel Hurley. That doesn't surprise me. And there's, yep. Aiden McCardle's down here looking right underneath us, Coach, or Charles. And Gabriel Oriana swam at the beginning of that 200 free relay that I was concerned about swimming out of order, and it turns out they did not swim out of order. That was just me being a nervous coach. Almost rolled on his stomach. Look at Justin. Did you see that? Did you see that? He reached back and kicked his feet up just like you're supposed to. The perfect backstroke, the perfect backstroke finish. The rule is you have to have something above the water. But you want your top half to finish underwater because you want to reach back as hard as you can with your hand, throw your head back. So to get something out of the water, that can be your feet. So you kick your feet up like a big butterfly kick, and not only does that get something out of the water so it's legal, it also propels you
Step
to
in,
the wall
swimmers,
faster.
step in, please.
Because now you've done a big butterfly kick. So that was impressive. That was impressive. How's Daniel Hurley's time? Oh, Daniel Hurley dropped 33 seconds. 23 seconds. Joey Lynch dropped 9 seconds. Justin Orr, on the strength of that finish, dropped 7 seconds. Aiden McCardle, I'm not sure we have a time. What's the matter?
Josh was down trying to get in lane 1. He was supposed to be in lane 7.
Yep. We had a kid miss an event. Yep, we had one kid who was supposed to be in lane 7. All right, well, there's Seth Kellogg, not surprisingly. doing well in lane 8. Chris Lynch in lane 10. This is almost all Seton except lane 1. This is almost all from where?
My lanes.
All from Coach Dee Dee Ross's lanes. Which is that why they look so good, Coach?
Thanks, I hope so.
Who's this in the middle?
A lot of emphasis on putting their heads back and finishing the stroke. So finishing all the way through. I think 6 is Michael McGrath.
Yep, Michael McGrath did it. He almost rolled on his stomach. That was close. The wall wasn't there. Almost, not quite. But he didn't.
Heat 4.
He did. Number 9.
Who did?
Yeah. Lane 9.
Uh-oh. Can you tell him, Coach? We had one roll on his stomach. I don't think, I don't know if he was at practice this week, though. Okay, 2 more heats, so we're getting faster. Daniel Sockbond's in lane 1. John Henry Hawley's down there. So he is here, which means he missed his event before. So we've had 2 of them. Look at Michael Brox, lane 3. That's Dominic Miller. That's as good as I've ever seen him, lane 5. I like how Dom's shoulders are coming out every time. Michael Brox is so long, and he's figuring out how to take advantage of it. John Henry Hawley is looking pretty good. I like the head position in lane 6. Noah. Oh, this is Jonas Wilson, is 6th grader in lane 9. All his older brothers have been on the team. Evan and Joe, Max. Oh, good finish,
Heat
Jonas.
5.
All right. Oh, Justin Kim's in this event, so watch.
Did you see Joe Lynch's backstroke? That was incredible. Did you see Joe Lynch's backstroke? Incredible.
Yeah.
And then
This is Coach Adam Irving.
And Dan Hurley's finish. Did you catch that? His finish strong.
Yes.
That was good. It was a good idea. You told us to practice that before warm-up. That was a good idea.
All right. Yeah, we were that group 5. Oh, Connor Kerr just had a nice underwater. In fact, he's right up with the leaders because of that underwater. It's Caleb Wolf in the middle from Emmanuel Christian and Alex Desmond from Woodbury Forest. Backstroke is underwater stroke, man. It's underwater. Just like David Burkhoff and Jeff Rouse used to do. Come on, Connor. The winner of backstroke is so often the person who does the longest underwater on the 3rd wall. All right, let's see. Yeah, 58. That's nice. Connor, good. Good. Connor did his best time. Great underwaters, Connor. Good underwaters. Yeah, that PR was underwater. He needs to add 1 to his flag count on the finish. All right, now we got 7 heats of girls.
You have to, some part of you has to be above it. So he dove backward and he lunged underwater and kicked his feet up, but when his feet went back down, he was completely underwater for like a touch, before he hit the wall.
Yeah, one of the things these backstroke flags we were.
Event
trying to
number
teach
20, girls 100-yard backstroke, heat 1.
I think a lot of new swimmers sometimes think these flags across the pool are decorative, and they are decorative, but they actually have a purpose. They're called backstroke flags, and every backstroker should know their stroke count, how many strokes it takes them before they should roll over for their turn, and how many strokes it should take them. Up, up, up. All right, last week we were really good at getting everyone where they belonged on time. This week we've had at least 3 that I've noticed. I'll notice more when I look at the results. Kids who didn't get to the place on time. It's a little difficult transition, especially for the younger kids who are used to swimming in the summertime, because in the summertime, they usually have a fleet of mothers lining you up in chairs at the clerk of the course. And we don't do that in high school swimming. We're teaching kids to be a little bit self-reliant here. Kate Gilson, I've been calling her Catherine because that's what was on her registration, but she informed me yesterday at practice that her name is Kate. So Kate has improved dramatically. It's very exciting to watch. She comes to practice and works hard. And you can see her trying to do some of the things we teach. This Caitlin Erickson here from Oakcrest looks pretty good. Oh, nice. You see that backstroke finish? That's how you finish. Reach and kick up. I was saying the backstroke flags, you should know your count. And you might even have 2 counts. You got 1 count for the turn because you're allowed to roll over and do 1 freestyle stroke. And then you got 1 count for the finish because you got to know when to throw your head back and reach. And sometimes if you're a little short on that finish, you reach back and you kick, and then your feet go back. You reach back and you kick, talking to Connor Kerr here, and then you're a little short of the wall, and then your feet go back underwater, and your body's completely underwater, and then you get DQ'd.
Yep.
Which you didn't get DQ'd, though. That was a great swim. Tell me about, were you thinking about your underwaters?
Yeah. I was kind of just dead near the end, so I didn't really do it on that last one.
Heat 2.
On the first 2, I was thinking about them.
Your underwater on your start was beautiful, and you were right with some of the best swimmers in the pool. Like you were right with Josh Kim on your underwater, and he's that great Trinity swimmer.
Yeah.
So that's saying something. So good job, Connor. Great swim, and you did a PR.
Oh yeah. Next week, can I swim 500?
Have you swum 500 already? So no. You'll swim plenty of 500 later, though, because you're good at it. But for now, we're going to mix it up. 6 different events. Yes.
No, I was just saying hello.
Hey, Joseph Menarek here. How do you like swimming on the team, Joseph?
Good.
Good. What do you like about swimming on the team?
Swimming.
You like swimming?
Yes.
Do you like getting up early?
Swimming.
You like getting up early. I know, that's what it was. You like being on deck at 6:04, ready to go. That's when we start practice. Okay, lots of beginning swimmers. All the seed times here are over 2 minutes. So I expect some big PRs here. What we're looking for, who's that in the middle? That's Sophia Kohlhaus. Very nice. What I want to see, here is shoulder. First thing out of the water, every stroke is a shoulder. Then your thumb, and you reach your thumb to the ceiling, turn your hand, and put your pinky in the water and roll so that your other shoulder is above the water. So every stroke, your shoulders come completely out of the water. And then underwater, you catch the water and you get your elbow like an upside down freestyle pole almost. You get your elbow bent 90 degrees and get it really high, or in this case really low because it's upside down, and you grab as much water as you can and throw it to your feet. Sometimes I describe that as you make a big S, but it's not really an S. It's more of grabbing the water and pushing it to your feet. But the image of making a big S is sometimes helpful. Molly Bauer, all the seed times were 2 minutes, so she just went 1:56. So, oh wow, she dropped 34 seconds. Sophia Kohlhaus, I didn't see her time. Yeah, Molly just dropped 34 seconds.
Heat 3.
All right, we got to keep working on those finishes so that we can see. Cora Kramer looks like she dropped almost 20 seconds. And Penny Kramer, that time is not right for Penny. Remember, the time you see on the live stream feed, is the time from the touch pads. There's 2 levels of time behind that. So if the kid doesn't touch the pad, and then they touch the pad with their knee climbing out, that's caught, because you'll see the timers all holding a little cord with a push button at the end of it, a plunger, it's called. And so they hit the plunger at the same when the kid finishes, swimmer finishes, and that's a secondary time up. And then they all have dolphin stopwatches. They're blue electronic stopwatches that wirelessly transmit another time to the computer. So there's a touchpad time, 2 plungers, and a dolphin stopwatch. So there's 4 times. So when three backup levels. So if they don't hit the pad, don't worry about it. We got it. Boy, you got to be at practice the first time we started doing backstroke, and you're just going to have to trust me that this is amazing how much better it is. Isn't this so much better than the first time we did backstroke in practice?
Oh, they actually look like they can swim.
This is great, yes. I like the shoulders. Kate Waldron looks particularly good with her shoulders and everything. Allison Kispa.
Isabel Luvano. She looks a little bit like Isabel Luvano.
Yeah, the way she swims. She grabs water pretty well under and throws it back. If she would get higher shoulders, it'd be even better. But that's a big drop for Allison. Allison dropped 12 seconds. Noemi dropped 7 seconds. Excellent. Elizabeth Moranian, right on her time.
Heat
All right,
4.
good.
There's an O'Keefe on a Seton swim team. I think that's kind of we have an O'Keefe on the Seton swim team. She's in lane 3, Helena. And if we can get her to like swimming, we'll keep her for a few more years. I think it'll be fun to see if she can do this and play basketball.
You're right, Coach Dalrymple. There's certain mainline families at Seton that we love to get on the team. We had a Vanderwoody last year for the first time. We got Pennefather. We've had Mary Pennefather and Lucy Pennefather, who injured her foot. And now we got Maria Pennefather, a cousin. So there's Helena in lane 3 competing in backstroke for the first time. O'Keefe. And lane 8 is Lizzie Rowe, and she's had many siblings on the team in the day. And Rebecca DeWolf, lane 9.
Oh, Sam, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Hey, excellent.
Samantha Wong swam with us. Renaissance Montessori used to have a team. Where are you now, Samantha?
I'm in my last year at UVA, getting ready to graduate with a major in media studies, minors in English and drama.
And you credit all to your time swimming.
Yes, it definitely taught me a lot about discipline and teamwork, and I would not be where I am today without all of the great values that Coach Zadnik, Care, and Dalrymple all instilled in me.
Oh, you're a great liar, Sam. Good job. Good job.
She was telling me about her brother Andrew, though, who's swimming for us.
I didn't realize Andrew Wynn is your brother?
Yes, he's my brother.
Oh, wow.
He only does summer
He has
swims,
only
so
done Sudley.
He's been killing it today.
3 and 2 seconds.
Excellent. All right. Samantha Wong. So smarty pants if she went to UVA on top of it, huh? Good job, Sam.
Heat 5.
Seems like yesterday Sam was swimming and now she's telling me she's a senior at UVA. I'm getting old. Helene O'Keefe dropped a couple seconds. Good. Good, good, good. Monica Irving dropped time. All right, heat 5 is 7. There's Maria Miller in lane 7. This is her first year on a team. She's in 8th grade. I've been watching her in practice. She's going to be a good swimmer. She is going to be a good swimmer. I can't wait to continue to work with her strokes to improve them. Because she's strong, too. What happened to Rosie Waldron's goggles? Oh, they're around her neck. And Lily Waldron in lane 10. Look at Lily Waldron go. She's in 6th grade. She's like in 2nd place in this heat. Orla Haggerty in lane 1 and Mariana Bingham in lane 4 look like they're doing pretty well. I think there's going to be some good times here because they got 20 seconds left to hit their PR. And they're halfway back the last lap. Come on, Lily! Maria Miller dropped a bunch. Lily Waldron did her best time.
Heat 6.
Gabriella Russo did her best time. Mariana Bingham, yep. Maria, yeah, we didn't. We'll see. We'll get a backup time on Maria. And Mariana Bingham did her best time. Anna McGrath, lane 8. Good. Emma Kitabui, okay, good. Oh, here's Betsy Arnold. I love Betsy Arnold. And Elizabeth Hurley in lane 6. Oops, another one missed their event. Good underwater by Mary Claire Osilka. Look at Betsy Arnold. Look at her shoulders. Look at those little shoulders. Little 6th grade shoulders from Betsy Arnold coming up. She's chugging.
You're right about little.
It's working. Look how fast she's going. Elizabeth Francis is looking good. Shoulder, 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 shoulder. Good. Good, good, good.
Mary's been all over the deck today taking care of putting fires out.
Mary Pennefather? Mary Pennefather's exerting some leadership then. That's good. I like to see that from the older kids.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Putting fires out. So this swimming in a facility like this for a young kid in one of their first meets is very intimidating. Especially these blocks are very
Heat
high off the water.
7.
Betsy Arnold did her best time. Oh, man. Elizabeth Francis. Biddy. Biddy? Is that what they call her? Biddy?
Oh, yeah,
She got her PR. Maria McGrath did a nice swim. Okay, here's the big girls. That's Amy Phillips in lane 4, Trinity Christian, who had a pretty good start in underwater. Lucia Bingham's got a really good, she's got a good lead here over her PR. Look at that. Lucia Bingham in lane 1 is seated well behind the other girls. Mary Catherine Hurley in lane 10. Anastasia always has good turns. Garvey in lane 2. Teresa Bingham. Teresa Bingham's a senior, captain. Boy, look at Lucia Bingham. Do you have Lucia Bingham in your lanes?
Yes, I do, and she had an excellent start. She came up half the way down the pool, and she's having a great turnover. She's doing really well.
Yeah, I noticed her start too. She had a great underwater. Now Anastasia's catching her, but it took Anastasia a while after Lucia's great underwater. Anastasia's long. That's a great finish by Anastasia Garvey. Textbook, PR.
Stroke and turn, please rotate.
Lucia Bingham dropped 4 seconds.
Swimmers, please exit the pool. Swimmers, please exit the pool. Event 21, boys 100-yard breaststroke. Heat 1.
Okay, we have a meet timeline that we keep, the software does, and it projects, when each heat happens. And hey, Charles, what time does it say up there?
5:07.
And what does the meet timeline say?
5:08.
The meet timeline says 5:08.
We are good.
So Mr. Siltman's a minute ahead. So the meet's supposed to end at 5:37. The Freedom Center staff is going to be very pleased with Mr. Siltman's efficiency. Nice job, Mary Catherine.
Thank you.
That was that's why the flyover starts or dive over starts are so important. Allows us to keep this thing moving. And all the technology we use, all 3 times are electronic. We don't write anything down. It all flows electronically. Yeah, the Seton swim team's the only swim team that has its own IT department. I hope you all are enjoying what Mr. Fifield and Mr. Dealey created with the NBC Rowdy Gaines type ribbons coming out with the finish first in the time. When he said he thought he knew how to do that, I was like, really? Let's do that. That is cool. Seton has 350 kids, grades 7 through 12. That's it. And tuition is less than any Catholic primary school in the Diocese of Arlington.
And NBC's got a multi-million-dollar budget.
Yeah.
Production team.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, our tuition is well under 10 grand for the first kid. So this happens with volunteers.
Heat 2.
How many years have we gotten a raise?
I doubled your pay last year.
That's true. Went from 0 to 2 zeros.
That's right. That's how Seton rolls. With 16 swimming coaches. Can't do it any other way. Get people of passion. And it attracts more people of passion. Now we're going to learn breaststroke, but this guy right here is doing what we're going to learn. Breaststroke is simply the act of getting in that underwater position. We call that position the Nevin position, named after All-American Nevin Cook in the late 2000s, where your hands are stretched out, your chest and your head are below your shoulders, your chest is down, your hips are up a little, and your leg are straight, your toes are pointed, your body is completely straight and completely underwater. And all breaststroke is going from that position to that position.
So you know how we didn't have a time on Maria? 126, she went in the 100 back. She was seated at 139. 13-second drop.
No, that 139 wasn't just seated. That's what you did at time trials. So you dropped 13 seconds.
Oh. Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah. Yeah.
I told you were going to be a good swimmer.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And what grade are you in? 8th?
8th. Yeah.
Where else do you swim? Do you swim in the summer?
Yeah, I do. I swim at Brookfield Breakers.
Oh, that's where the Kennas used to swim.
Yep.
Heat.
Yeah.
You know Anna Kenna?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maria has shoulders. Maria's shoulders are similar to Anna Kenna's. Just Anna took it to another level, but you're built like she is, so you have talent inherently.
Maybe you can be Anna Kenna.
I highly doubt that.
You know Anna Kenna, though.
Yeah. I've known her since I was little, because we swam with them, and my siblings were friends with them, so.
Yeah. Anna Kenna was one of our best swimmers ever in the history of Seton swimming. She was an All-America, won National Catholic High School Championship in 100 back 3 times, and held the record, National Catholic High School record for 1 year.
That's cool. Yeah, she holds a lot of records at our local pool at Brookfield. And so it's really cool, when you go into the gym and you see the record wall, and it's just Anna Kenna for most of them. So
here, Maria, let's take a look at this Woodbury swimmer. What's his name? This is what we're going to learn next week. Yeah. Remember the Nevin position I taught you?
Yeah.
Okay. Watch him get in the Nevin position every single stroke. Boom, Nevin. He disappears completely underwater, and he's stretched out completely. That's why he's so fast. And I was starting to say, all breaststroke is going from the Nevin position to the Nevin position as efficiently as possible with as much momentum from your kick as possible. That's what we're going to learn this coming week.
Oh, cool.
And then next week, PR under breaststroke.
Nice.
All right. Good job, Maria. You're going to be a good one.
Thank you.
Event 22, girls 100-yard breaststroke. Heat 1.
That's
Quiet
a good
for the
time.
start, please. Quiet for the start, please.
Boy, he did a 107. That puts Angie Testani and Clara Condon in perspective, doesn't it? Because they're approximately that time, and We have two freshman girls now, 8th grade girls, who are just incredible. They're not here because they're at their USA meets. They came to us last year. 107 and 108 in breaststroke as 8th graders. Claire is also a superior butterflyer, so we got a pretty good relay for a while with those two on it, putting Mary Pennefather on the back end and Lucy Garvey on the front end. And I think we're going to be top 8 at states again. Now remember, as you're watching the Seton swimmers, we have not done breaststroke yet in our Thanksgiving to Christmas progression, building every stroke. We have done the breaststroke turn though, so we're expecting some good turns, Coach Ross. For those of you watching, if you want to be interested in some of the fine points, you can watch along with me and Coach Ross about how many people grab the lip of the pool on their turn, because it will come up tomorrow in practice, or Monday in practice. Because if you grab the lip, one thing that I've found is you have a tendency to grab the lip, and if you grab it, you want to pull yourself up. And you get no points in swimming for going up on the turn. You only get points for turning around really fast. So you need to hit that wall and jam your elbow back and jam your knees up and jam your head back.
Heat 2.
So the back of your head hits the water and you get yourself turned around. And then your other hand, your offhand, for me it's the right hand because I turn toward my left. You do a stroke right over your head, past your head, behind your ear. So we say elbow your brother, phone your mother, and get back into streamline and get pushed off fast. And so that's how you do a fast turn. Now in breaststroke, for those of you new to swimming, you can do some stuff underwater too. You're allowed one butterfly kick, and a butterfly kick can be pretty much anywhere. So people have experimented with all different places. One butterfly kick, one big pull past your hips. It's the only time in the stroke you're allowed to pull past your hips. And then one kick, breaststroke kick. And then as you start to pull, before your hands start to move backwards, your head has to break the surface. So what a lot of the advanced kids have started to do is push off and do a big butterfly kick, one big body dolphin. Then they do a big pull, and it's real easy to do a body dolphin during that pull because it's kind of natural, but you cannot kick there if you do it in advance. Sometimes people do the pull and the kick together, but I've noticed the top kids separate them. And then you do a big kick and slide your hands up your stomach with as little resistance as possible to start to break out of the breakout's the term that means when you go from underwater to start swimming on the surface, you break out from underwater. And the best swimmers, when you see states later on, they make it mostly to the second yellow ring. Nevin Cook used to make it to the second yellow ring, which is as far as you're allowed to go.
Heat 3.
Oh, hold it. There's Julie Atkinson there. That was good. She was right on her best time, just a little bit off, which is great for this early in the season. And Maggie Klebb. Oh, I didn't see Maggie's time. Oh, Maggie had to leave. Maggie had to leave. Jacqueline Oswald in lane 4 is going to make a run at this. Again, we have not learned this stroke yet this year. Good underwater by Jacqueline. Look at Elodie Brox. Elodie Brox has had a breakout season. Now you see what we're going to learn next week. See how Elodie gets long and then pulls immediately? The fastest breaststrokers take advantage of being in that position. So they stay there just a very short time and really get the long glide, and they disappear completely underwater. So Elodie is very close to that. By next weekend, Elodie will have that, and so will Jacqueline. Oh, and that was a short wall, so we'll work on that too when we work on it this week. I can see already, like so many other strokes, Elodie surprised me. Here's another one. Her PR is 132, and it's now 24, 25. 125 for Elodie on a 132. Jacqueline Oswald just right, almost exactly on her best time. So wait till we get them in stretching out in Nevin position, Coach. Especially
Stroke
Elodie,
and
because
turn.
Elodie's pretty long.
Please rotate. Swimmers, please exit the pool. Swimmers, please exit the pool. Event 23, boys 400-yard freestyle relay. Heat 1.
All right. Oh, here's a captain. I was just looking for a captain, Mary O'Malley. What should we be getting ready to do very shortly?
RCF Swimathon?
No, I mean more shortly than that, like in the next 3 minutes.
Our 400 free relay drop time on our 100 frees.
That's true. And then we need to get ready for the handshake.
Yes.
So captains that aren't doing the 400 free relay might want to be making sure people are in their uniform, which I haven't looked. I'm sure everyone's in their uniform because they know how much I care about them being in their uniform, right?
Yes, we have been on them all meet.
Okay, good.
Mask and uniform. Mask and uniforms on all the swimmers.
Good job. So why don't you make sure that some of your compatriots are rallying everybody here on deck in the team area on deck, so we're ready for so that you can go concentrate on
my 400 free relay.
There you go. All right.
Maybe you could have been a little bit more patient on the rest of your walls there, but mostly that start. You hit the water and basically broke streamline immediately. The stroke looks pretty good though. As you went through the 100 later, we're a little bit lower in the water, but I like how you're finishing with full extension and then getting right into the next stroke. And you do a better job of starting slow on the pole and then accelerating. So as you got more tired, you were, starting the pole and then you're stopping a little bit underneath before your hands recover. So you want to make sure as you get tired, as you're getting farther into the race, we're still, sweeping around those corners fast, right? But overall, really good. What was that? 6-second drop?
7.
So yeah, great.
And we haven't done breaststroke yet, Elodie. All right, we're going to have a good week. Don't miss practice. You're going to be good at that stroke. You're having a heck of a season, Elodie Brox.
I guess so.
You guess so? I don't guess so. I know so. Good job. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, let's line up for the handshake. We're bringing the handshake back. It's an important part. We go line up and do a lap around the pool and high five everybody. So hopefully at Seton, you stay till the end, cheer your friends, and then congratulate the other teams. So hopefully the other schools will, over time, adopt that as opposed to treating it like an individual sport where you finish your events and then you leave, which looking around the pool looks like more the norm. So I encourage all the other teams to be around for the handshake because we're coming around to shake your hands and encourage your teams to stay together. I know Woodbury will be here, but they probably all came on a bus, so their ride is here. You know what? I should go find Nick Schweitzer really quick. Hey, Nick. You're on the live stream. You mind?
No.
No? Nick Schweitzer? What years did you swim at Woodbury?
I swam
2012 to 2016.
And you were a backstroker?
Breaststroker.
Oh, your brother was a backstroker.
Breaststroke and I am.
And how did you do at States?
Did pretty well.
Like better than pretty well?
Did pretty well.
What did you finish?
I won the 100 breaststroke my senior year.
At what time?
56-1.
56-1 for 4 lengths of the pool breaststroke. And now we are the coach of Woodbury Forest. All right, congratulations.
Other side of the pool. It's been fun.
How has this meet been for you guys?
It's been good. We've had a great meet, a lot of time drops and a few state cuts, so good meet.
Excellent. Congratulations, Nick.
Yep.
Hey, you look at the record board. I love going down to Woodbury Forest because you recognize any names on that record board?
Quite a few names.
You recognize a name from Seton? Couple names from Seton.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Backstroke.
Yeah.
Kevin Kerr. And freestyle, a couple of freestyle ones, Jamison Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story. The coach 2 coaches ago, Graham McBride, was he still assistant coach or
He actually,
the coach?
He moved, so
Yeah.
he's no longer at Woodbury.
Yeah, but he was for your time.
Yep, exactly. He was the assistant coach.
And Kevin had an arch rival who beat him at Hargrave in 2005 on the 3rd wall in backstroke. And so Kevin came in and went 51-48 in that shallow Woodbury pool.
Yeah.
And this kid was coming the next week from St. Christopher. And so Graham quickly got the time on the scoreboard. And then when the kid walked in the door, he said, "Hey, Brian, Kevin left a message for you on our record board." And it states he didn't swim 100 back.
Oh, wow.
He swam 100 free and got 4th.
Oh, wow. Wow, he got him.
So we owe Graham McBride and Woodbury Forest for the little psych game.
Yeah, a little mental. Swimming's all mental.
Swimming's at your level. In UVA, how did you do at UVA?
I did pretty well. Yeah.
At ACCs, you probably did pretty well. How'd you do in ACCs?
So unfortunately, we never won ACCs. NC State's been holding strong, but each year we're getting better. We have a new coaching staff who's been tearing it up, so it's really exciting to watch where the program's going.
It's great when the answer is we didn't win outright, therefore it wasn't good. I love that thinking.
Yeah, definitely. Team sport.
But you finaled, right?
I did not. I did not.
It's fast. ACC's
it's
fast.
Very fast. My older brother did in the 400 IM several years at Virginia Tech, but I unfortunately did not. But again, the team's doing well, so I couldn't be happier.
You were awesome. I loved watching you swim. I was hosting some of those state meets
they were always fun.
you were in.
They
So,
were always fun.
all right, great job. Glad you could come. Come back every year. Nick Schweitzer from Woodbury Forest. I love that guy. He was fun to watch swim. Just a sign of how old I'm getting that these kids are adults.
Let's go, Matt!
Wow, look at that freestyle. Yeah, 117 at the 150 is not too shabby, huh? Boy, Trinity's looking very strong here. Is that Josh Kim or Justin Kim? Oh, that is Noah Yoon. We met him last week, only in 8th grade. Trinity's got 3 really good swimmers. 4. They have at least 4, because I forgot about Ryan Huff, who's really good. The 2 Kims, not brothers. This has to be Josh Kim. How are we doing? How's Seton doing? Josh Kim is way better than average, shall we say. Okay, here's JJ Brox coming in for our anchor of our A relay in lane 3. And William Sockbon, who's a freshman, who's, as we talked about him earlier, how well he's doing. .330 is pretty good time, especially for this time of the season. Trinity Christian went 3:32. Wow, that's a good time. 3:32. Think about that. That's like 52.5 average per 100. So that means there's some 48s and 49s hung on that 3:30. Our team record is. Were you coaching when we had that 400 free relay that went 3:17? Jamison Hill led off with a 45, and then we had 50, 50, 50. 50 point, 50 point, 50 point. Who was that? Vincent Dunn,
Event
David
24,
Basinger, and,
girls 400-yard freestyle
Connor
relay.
Cook.
Heat 1.
Nevin's brother. That was a good relay. That record's going to be around a while. And here's
Swimmers
the final.
exit the pool, please. Swimmers exit the pool.
This is the final heat of the final event. All right. We're in lane, our A relay's in lane 4. I actually have a C relay in here because I wanted Lucy Cunningham to take a crack at the 100 free. And the leadoff leg counts as a time. That's one of the reasons I wanted to. I also want these girls to get comfortable with the 100-yard distance. And Lucy looks like she's paying me back with a very nice swim. All right. Boy, Lucy Cunningham, nice, 112. Well, I'm glad we did that. Now we know how fast Lucy can go on the 100.
Again. Mary Pennefather helping the Fresta Valley girls figure out what to do when they had a bit of a miscue. She's guiding them through it. She's doing a great job.
We love to see that. That's great, watching Mary Pennefather show that kind of leadership. She's great to have on the team. I'm glad we can have her because she's a superstar in basketball too. It's very rare for kids to be able to do two sports in the same season at as high a level as Mary Pennefather does it.
Right.
I mean, she's not just playing basketball. She's really good at it.
Yeah.
And she's not just swimming. She's really good at it. Who's that? Is that Rosie?
Going out 31-8. That's pretty good.
Rosie Waldron. Look at Rosie go. She is a freshman.
About half the size of the girl next to her. But she's still putting up a fight. She's getting a little tired at the end.
Freshman. Now Mary O'Malley's got to come in and Trinity's girls A relay's looking very strong. Oh, it's not surprising. Carrie Huff, Kristen Womack, Tegan Sturmer, and Reagan Buff. No wonder.
Jen, no Kelly's kick. Strong in.
Oh, there's Kaylee.
Kaylee Kerr, kicking hard, girl. You go. That's important in a sprint.
And Jacqueline Oswald here is having a good anchor leg. Come on, Mary. Here, where's TCS's B relay? The way relay points work, 10, 5, 3. Everybody against everybody else. So it's like just us against Trinity, and then just Trinity against Fredericksburg Christian. So, and in all those combinations, first place gets 10 points. Second place gets 5 points, and third place gets 3 points. So in this case, looking at the scores, Trinity's B relay beat our B relay, and they got first. So they beat us by a ton in that event. They got first and third, just us and Trinity. So they got 10 and 3. So they beat us 13-5 in that event. So we're going to have to note that when we do the lineups in future. You can't let that happen. You can survive them getting first and you getting second and third, because that's 10-8. And the dream is you get first and second, because their top swimmers end up in, you can only swim 2 relays. So there's always one you got to leave without your top swimmers. And maybe you can gamble and split your top swimmers. But if you can finagle it so you get first and second, you win 15-3. That's an absolute killer in a competitive meet. All right.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it.
Another December Invitational in the books. A few things that we ask before you leave. Please don't forget to thank the Freedom Center staff for allowing us to have this beautiful meet here today. Also, don't forget to put all trash in its right place, and don't forget any of your personal items. Look after yourselves. But we thank you and have a safe trip home. God bless.
Handshake, handshake. Great job, Monica. Great job. Great job, Sophia. All right, Joseph.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Glad you guys could come. Let us know you're coming next time.
Overachiever is what we're going to call her from now on.
All right. All right. Good.
Thank you,
Glad you came.
Thank you very much.
We love having Fredericksburg Christian.
Born and raised in South Detroit.
And we love this new conference.
I know.
He took the midnight train going anywhere.
All right.
a singer in a smoky room.
All right, Coach Knapp. Great job. Great job, girls.
For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard. Their shadows.
All right, Yancey, thanks. Great to see you. Good job, guys. Great job, guys. Welcome, Glenn. Come back. Come back. Come back. Oakcrest in the Heights. All right, come back. Come back. Thank you. You come join our conference. I hope so. Are you really?
Yeah, so hopefully we're going to get it in this week.
Are you allowed to say that on the live stream, or is that a secret? We got you. You're in now. We want you. We want you. You're a perfect fit for our conference. Oakcrest. Yeah. We're share the same values and we're competitively compatible. It's beautiful. It's a perfect fit. And we love Oakcrest. All right. All right. All right. Great job, guys. All right, I'm going to sign off now. That was a great meet. Can't wait to see how many PRs. I bet you we had 100 PRs, Coach Mulhern.
I think so. But maybe more.
We had 157 last week. So we'll see. All right, Michael Brox, another killer meet. Good job. All right, Tommy Reynolds, thanks for volunteering. Another parent volunteer. We have 11, Coach Mulhern, you know we have 11 trained officials, our little school. Yeah, we try to get one official from every school and we got 11. That's how we can do this. That's why we can have 127 kids. That's why we can host 11 meets during the year. 11 meets we're going to host this year.
That's a great venue.
All right, Emma Reynolds. Gus Colehouse, you killed it today. Great job. Great job. All right, I'll see you guys next week for our homecoming meet. We're going to have some alumni in the water. And we're going to have Coach Mulhern's relay racing Liam Kellogg's relay for steak dinner. I think Coach Mulhern's already bringing ringers in, but we'll see. Old age and treachery, they say. All right, thanks for a great meet. Good night.